What's going on? The Chaz in the house. 1 day, less than 24 hours from the NFL draft, dude. Chaz, are you pumped?
Yeah, I'm pumped. I mean, there's been all this talk about, who's going where, what's going to happen, and we're finally going to be able to kind of, put faces to teams, and that's kind of what I'm most excited for coming into this draft. I mean, everyone's projecting where people can go, and now we can finally get results.
Yeah, bro. It's been a long grind on this channel. I think I've done I've done a show every night but one this month, and it's only April. But you know what? We're prepping for the season, prepping for the draft. We're gonna fire up a DraftKings best ball here. It is the 100K mini camp, and there's not many of these left because Underdog only has one tournament running right now because they don't like to have tournaments running before the draft and after the draft because it's an advantage knowing where guys are going to be drafted. So
Yep.
there are 5 spots available, guys. If anyone in here wants to draft with us, it is the 100K mini camp on DraftKings, $1 entry. There's only a couple options, so we're going to rock with this one. So I want to ask you, Chaz, what are you most looking forward to from this draft upcoming? Storylines, players, you name it. What are you looking forward to most?
Storylines more so the three wide receivers. I just kind of want to see where exactly they're going to drop in terms of fantasy and what teams are willing to, take chances on them. Um, I think back to, Drake London, G Willie, Olave, kind of thinking about these guys. Obviously, those three are much better than this three, I think. But um, it'll be exciting. I mean, now we've also got the Giants with, 2 picks in the top 10. Maybe they wait, whatever's going to happen. I would like to see the kind of storylines of where they're going to be going.
Hell yeah, we have the 12th pick, and I feel like every time I do a DraftKings best ball, I get the fucking 12th pick. That kid is back on the escalator again.
That kid is back on the escalator again. Remarkable. That's criminal. That kid is back on the escalator again. Leave it alone. What?
Before I get to what I'm looking forward to for the NFL draft, this is DraftKings is full PPR, Chaz. I don't know if you know that. It's not
I
much
do know
different.
that.
Stacking's not as important.
Yep.
So I'm looking forward to most is individual teams. So not so much fantasy related, which it's going to tie into fantasy as well, but it's 6 teams having 2 first rounders, and it's there's separate tiers of teams. So you have the shit teams like the Jets, the Browns, and the Dolphins, who are just awful franchises, and the Jets and the Browns have been that way for a long time. The Dolphins probably have the worst roster of all those teams. They had nothing, and they have 2 first rounders, all those teams, and then they have teams like the Giants, Cowboys, and Chiefs, who never, the Chiefs are never sniffing top 10. They happen to have a top 10 pick and another first round pick, so they have equity. So it's like, can the bottom feeders make decent moves and actually, help their franchise out for the long term? And can these teams like the Chiefs and Cowboys in particular really become something good? And then the Giants are kind of that fringe team, right? Where a lot could happen there with the Giants, but I like the direction they're going. Did you like the Dexter Lawrence trade?
I honestly did. I mean, in terms of, if you didn't want to pay the guy, I mean, obviously he was already being paid, but obviously he wanted out. So I mean, and now you just get a top 10 pick. You get 5 years of control, cheap control of someone really good, obviously in this class, and especially because you have two picks in the top 10. I think that could work wonders for him. I think this team could really turn around if they hit on both those picks.
I mean, look what happened with Houston, with the Texans. I mean, they traded up to get another, they had the second and third, right? With CJ Stroud at 2, they traded up to get Will Anderson at 3. And that has just changed their entire franchise. And that's what CJ Stroud not really living up to expectations. But this is the perfect example. And I'll tell you this, I think the Giants are a much better organization. Not organization. They have way more talent right now than what Houston had, right? Like that year, Houston made the playoffs and won a playoff game. They had like an over-under of like 4.5 wins.
Yeah, their team was not good at all, or at least headlined to be going into that year. Going into this year, you have, the Giants were already on the uptick. Second year quarterback, a new coach, a bunch of new signings, and then now it's like, okay, now you have 2 top 10 picks. Like, and the defense is decent as well, which in my opinion. So it'll be really interesting to see where to see what happens with them this year.
Mal, thank you, my dude. Downtown Sports Gentleman, link in the description. Check out that channel, our sister program here. He said I sent my opinion to you, Rob. I did not see that. Did you send it in the Discord? I did not see that. So give us the cliff notes, Mouth, of your evaluation of the Dexter Lawrence trade, because I'm guessing he hated it for the Bengals, because I personally hated it for the Bengals. I don't know about you, Chaz. Just it seems wild,
I mean,
because they gave up on Trey Hendrickson, and the same thing.
I was just about to bring that up. Yep. I mean, it's the same thing. You don't want to fully pay him, but then you want to give up a top 10 pick and pay him and pay Lawrence. So it's like, I don't know what they're doing. It's shitty teams doing shitty things.
All right, we had James Cook go at 8, so running backs go really fast on DraftKings, even though it's full PPR. I think we can get CeeDee Lamb. I think we're gonna go see if he's available. We're gonna go CeeDee Lamb.
Yep.
And then Genty, and then what do you think? Kenneth Walker, Barkley, any of those guys? Who do you like better, Kenneth Walker or Barkley?
Oh, I was gonna say Barkley, Genty, and then right after is Barkley.
All right, so we got 3 guys in our queue. It's either going to be CeeDee Lamb and Genty. You like Genty over Barkley, though? That's a tough one for me, because I think
it is. But I just think they're going to run a lot, especially in PPR. I mean, it's going to be a first-year quarterback with Mendoza. I mean, a lot of pressure is going to be taken off of Genty, I think, now. And then you also have dump-off scenarios. That's kind of what I'm thinking about. I know Saquon could see that huge spike in volume again, but I like Genty here.
And you're going to get, potentially the first 5, 6, 7 weeks of Kirk Cousins, who you saw Bijan's usage with Kirk Cousins was unreal. And Kirk Cousins can't throw the ball past 10 yards down the field. So it's going to be, 5 catches a game for Genty. And then, a rookie quarterback, his best friend is his check down, that and the tight end. But I think they're going to actively try to take away Brock Bowers. Again, I love Brock Bowers this year as well. And it's crazy to say that I love Genty and Brock Bowers, and they're both in probably a potentially bottom 5 offense. But this has a potential to be one of those, very concentrated groups, which we love, like the Rams have had. Now the Rams are a concentrated group on a good offense, but we're gonna get a lot of concentrated touches to the running back and tight end there with Trey Tucker mixing in. I mean, they're gonna draft somebody, but it's gonna be a rookie wide receiver, Chaz. Who cares?
Oh yeah, and it's not gonna be, or at least it shouldn't be that high of a pick, or at least that's kind of what I'm thinking. But yeah, I mean, you have Genty, of Bowers, you already have your stable guys, and those guys could really just get force fed throughout the year. And I mean, especially what you were talking about right there.
Miles says Bengals got fucked bad, real bad. I think that's kind of originally when I heard the trade, it made sense because it's like at 10, are you going to get a better rookie than Dexter Lawrence? Probably not. I mean, the answer for this year is absolutely not, because Dexter Lawrence is a stud. But when you think about the Trey Hendrickson piece of it, and they burned that bridge well before this offseason. It was 2 years ago, essentially. Yeah. But I get Dexter Lawrence is probably a better player than Trey Hendrickson, but like the positional value is more important on the edge. So I call it a wash there. And the fact that Hendrickson was so underpaid in the market, he got less money than Jalen Phillips got. And he got $28 or $30 million a year. Same thing they had to give Dexter Lawrence. It's like, why not just keep Hendrickson? And then you'd have your 10th overall pick. Like, it's because the owner's fucking cheap, but it's just, I get it. It kind of makes sense at this point. Like, if you take away the Trey Hendrickson thing, I understand that you had to do something, but I can't get that out of my head.
Yeah. I mean, it seems like, the owner was like, okay, we can't be cheap with Chase. We can't be cheap with Burrow. Can't be cheap with T. But then they want to try and be cheap everywhere else. That's kind of where it's at, and that's not exactly what they should be doing at all, especially giving up that top 10 pick.
Yeah, I mean, down the road it's going to hurt them. I think they're all in this year, and I'm really into Joey B. I'm really into all the Bengals this year, as we all should be every year, because now that defense, it's going to be a little better, but is it going to be great? By the way, Marion Hampton fell to 21. That's pretty late for him. That's some nice value. Puka and Marion Hampton.
Yeah,
not a lot of builds having that.
Yeah.
See, exactly. From Wally here, should have been cheap with T. Higgins, with all due respect, because you had Jamar Chase.
Yeah,
100%. Get an ancillary receiver. Get a Romeo Dubs, or I mean that's kind of overpaid now too, but someone of that ilk, right? That just can move the chains for you, and just Jamar Chase can do the work. If they ever got a real tight end there, Chaz, with Cincinnati, then you wouldn't have this issue because the tight end would be a valuable member. And like Mike Gesicki's fine, but he's not actually a tight end. He's essentially another wide receiver, and he's not better than a good slot receiver. His production's fine, but it's Mike Gesicki, man. He can't block.
yeah. I mean, I know they drafted T. I know he's, you know, kind of one of those hometown favorites there, but yeah, I mean, they should have been cheap somewhere, and that is obviously the one guy to be cheap with, or who they should have been cheap with, considering they couldn't be cheap with Chase or Burrow, because those guys are generational. You know, he's great, but he's not generational. So I would not have minded them moving off of T in order to kind of give them flexibility, and they didn't do that. So
The biggest issue is they listen to Joe Burrow, and like I love Joe Burrow, but like he's not a GM. You know, like some of the best players are the worst GMs. Michael Jordan was the worst GM, and I know he wanted to have T. Higgins, but like if Joe Burrow had his head on right, he'd want an offensive line and a defense in that order, and then T. Higgins, right? Like that's third on your list. Like you have Jamar Chase, I get it. College teammates, like elite top 3, probably maybe best receiver in the NFL in my mind. That's a must. But T. Higgins is a luxury item, and also T. Higgins doesn't really play football very often. He's always out.
yeah, he is. I mean, he maxed out at 12, 13 games a year. He's always it's always something. You know, I mean, this past year was kind of the concussions later on. The year before, I think it was the ankle. It's always something with T. Higgins, and I'm glad he got paid. I'm glad he finally got paid because I know it was long overdue. It just should not have been with Bengals at all. I mean, especially when you're actually trying to win something, that's just not the play. Add, you know, over 100 mil or whatever it is, and over 110 mil or whatever it is. I said, in those 3 eyes.
Do you think Trey Henderson's a good player? Because Blake says Bengals didn't mind letting Henderson go because he was aging and sucks against the run. That is true. But the pass rush stuff was elite, like super elite. We're up here in one pick, Chaz. We'll get to that question in a second. We have Genty and Barkley. We're probably looking to go wide receiver here. And lo and behold, T. Higgins is available for us. Devonta Smith, Garrett Wilson. What do you think about those 3? I think in that order, or are we going Devonta Smith, Garrett Wilson?
I kind of like. What's your opinion on G Willie? I mean, I like, especially in a PPR, I'm looking at least G Willie, and then we can go.
I'm taking Devonta Smith because of the trade. I mean, if AJ Brown goes, Devonta Smith's a 2-3 turn pick. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. So let's go Smith and then G Willie. That's what Let's do it. That's what I like to do. Yeah.
I like this start, man. I like this starts.
Yeah.
So we have Eagles. We have an Eagles team. But here's the nice thing about DraftKings is I had the same build a little bit ago on Underdog, and you're almost forced to take Jalen Hurts because you need to have the full Eagles thing. We don't necessarily need to have Jalen Hurts in full PPR. It may be nice to have him, but I'm not going to reach on him like I would in half PPR format. But we have, if AJ Brown gets traded, we have the entire Eagles offense, like every touchdown besides the Jalen Hurts rushing touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, if he ends up getting traded, that looks like, I mean, this is a draft that you can come back and look on and say, oh man, we had basically 3 first rounders, or maybe back end of the second round, middle of that second round with Devontae Smith. I think that's the type of player you can be, especially when he's getting all the targets.
Mouth, like, good call. Better than Lawrence against anything. So I guess what he's trying to say here, and what I think we're trying to say as well with the Bengals, like, okay, in a vacuum, we'd probably rather have Dexter Lawrence if that was at $30 million, if he was a free agent. But I would rather have Trey Hendrickson for $30 million and a 10th overall pick than I would just have Dexter Lawrence and no 10th overall pick. That's the difference. Like, the 10th overall pick in this draft, like, you're looking at Caleb Downs. You're looking at an elite top left tackle. You're looking at, if you want to go receiver, like, you have a lot of options there. You could trade down and get more assets, like, to help you for this year. Not having the 10th overall pick is just not worth Dexter Lawrence in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about cost control as well. And I mean, you're giving up potentially a generational player or a foundational player, you know, that's going to be riding with a team for a long time. But as well, it's just having that rookie contract on a good player for 5 years and then be able to, you know, maybe keep them after that. Instead, you're just kind of selling it off and then you have to spend a bunch of money. I don't like it at all.
So Mouth is actually saying the opposite. Again, Mouth in the South appreciates you, downtown sports. He is in the New York area, so he's tied into all things New York, so he would know. He says, no, trust me, Lawrence fell off bad. So he's essentially saying Dexter Lawrence is an overrated player at this stage of his career, 28. And I guess what they're getting is they're getting semen. They're getting
Dad,
cum.
you need some of this.
This is cum.
That's Dexter Lawrence when he shows up in Cincinnati. He's just cum. That's what he is.
I mean, if that's true, then that looks even worse. That'll look even worse for the Bengals as the season goes on. You know, because I think whoever the Giants are going to get there at 10 or 5 or who they're able to kind of piggyback off of with those 2 picks. Can only improve. I think whoever's just going to go there is going to be going to have a great year, just in terms of their surroundings. You know.
Ew, Travion Henderson went at 47. That is Travion Henderson's such a fucking clown.
I don't know who Bozo is. What is he, a clown?
Is he a clown? What, are you kidding me?
Or what is he?
Yes, he's a clown.
All right, so what's the big deal? There's millions of clowns.
All right, just forget it.
Forget me? For you should forget it. You're living in the past, man. You hung up on some clown from the 60s, man.
Hey, Mouth, I actually realized you were talking about C.J. Daniels on yesterday's show, a guy I said I hadn't scouted. I did have him on my original scouting report here, and I'll give you the comp that I had originally when I watched this film. I gave him a C-plus grade, and I projected a 4.56 40, 6.2 190 before I knew his measurables. It's kind of what he is. I said a better ball hawk than Jerry Jeudy, a better ball skills version of Jerry Jeudy is what I have for C.J. Daniels. So what do you think about that? Does that check out for you? Because, you know, Jerry Jeudy was a first-round pick. Do you know anything about C.J. Daniels? He was in Miami.
Oh, are you talking to me? No. I haven't done any prospect film at all. I would.
You're really representing the channel well,
I'm
Chaz.
kicking it. But yeah, this has been. I don't know. I mean, or at least looking at pre-draft stuff. I mean, I don't necessarily like a lot of that stuff. I kind of like seeing where players land post-draft.
Yeah, and then you can do your evaluations after. Is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Like who has a chance to even crack the depth chart, and St. Brown was a great example his rookie year because he was a 4th-round pick or whatever, and he was kind of blocked early in the year, but there was clearly a path, and they were going in a different direction. They were going to go younger, Dan Campbell, and it worked out. So it was a player I loved St. Brown coming out of the draft. I wish he had higher draft. I kind of ignored him more than I should have, even though I loved him because of the draft capital. But like the mold's been broken now with Puka, with St. Brown, with some of these guys that are going so late in drafts and making not like down the road impacts like Stephon Diggs, another guy, right? He was a 4th, 5th rounder out of Maryland. Like these guys are making immediate impacts, as in not quite like the first 5 weeks of the season, but like they're there before the fantasy playoffs. It's not like, you got to pick them up in the last week of the waiver wires. Like they're making an impact week 6, week 7 and on.
Yep. I mean, I'm looking Demont in the 5th round. How do you like that? What's your
I love it. In full PPR, I'm a little bit, I don't know. I like it more at half PPR, but David Montgomery might catch 40 passes this year. He has the chops. Like what was his last year with Chicago? 50 catches?
Yeah, I mean we are a little bit removed from that, but I don't know. It just worries me being in a PPR, seeing what they do with him and receiving wise.
All right, so we're good at running back for a while. I'm gonna take I think wide receiver, and there's a couple guys. So Cam Scatterbo just went. So I'm looking at Alec Pierce, even though it's full PPR. I'm looking at Alec Pierce and Marvin Harrison. I think that is that's the money. I mean,
that's exactly kind of what I was looking at. I was going to say Marv, and then I was going to say Pierce. I mean, Pierce just got paid, and Pittman just left. I think those are both going to be guys that should be getting fed this year, especially with now what we know in Arizona.
What about Christian Watson? Like, that's the thing. I think these guys have higher upside than Christian Watson, right?
Yeah, I just have I have a tough time fully trusting Green Bay wide receivers just because year to year I know Watson has been injured, but just year to year with Green Bay wide receivers, I know they got rid of Dobbs, I know they got rid of Wicks. It's just I still feel weary when looking at Packers wide receivers.
This is a banger start. So Blake, if anyone doesn't know, he says Pierce is going to be coming off ankle surgery after getting paid. It's a 2 to 3 month recovery, and he already had the surgery, I believe. So even 3 months is July 22nd. So that's still 2 full months for the season. So I have no issues and worries about Alec Pierce being ready. And also anything you know about Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce is the consummate teammate, pro, awesome kid. Like, I don't think he's gonna fuck around, and he's gonna take his rehab seriously, and I'm not worried about that. I know it's not like you don't want a guy having surgery. I want him having surgery mid-April opposed to mid-June.
Yeah, definitely get it done earlier in the off season. Give yourself time to heal, give yourself time to be back for OTAs and all that other jazz. Just making sure that he can, especially because he just got paid. I mean, just make sure you're fully healthy going into that season.
Dude, this is wild. Like, this is why you have to go running back early, especially in best ball, man. Because I can piecemeal running back in redraft very easily, but in best ball you can't. And like, this guy has Cam Scatterbo and DeAndre Swift, where we got Marvin Harrison and Alec Pierce. Now I understand there's question marks with Marvin Harrison and Alec Pierce, but Cam Scatterbo might be losing his job if they draft Jeremiah Love. Like, and even if not, major injury, Tyron Tracy's there, questionable offense, Jackson Dart stealing touchdowns. Like, I'm not confident in Cam Scatterbo's consistent production. And DeAndre Swift is Kyle Monunga. He's a fine pick, but like, give me running backs early and give me guys like, look at what we got. Like, this guy has Jefferson, Neighbors, Ted McMillan, Breece Hall, Scatterbo, DeAndre Swift. We have Ashton Genty, Saquon Barkley, Devonta Smith, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison, Alec Pierce. Like, those receivers are going to have spike weeks in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing that I would mostly be looking at is that we got receivers that are a little bit lower than those top of the top receivers that guys are taking in the first and second rounds. But if you compare our top 2 running backs to any other teams, or almost any other team's top 2 running backs, I mean, we're just going to wipe the floor. I mean, that's what I would be thinking.
Look at this quarterback run. He had Daniels, May, Caleb, and Jalen Hurts all going in a row. We're okay. I can wait at quarterback, and we'll get somebody.
Eventually,
let's take a gander at what's available. So Trevor Lawrence, Justin Herbert,
a lot of good names.
Jackson Dart, Patrick Mahomes. We're gonna be up at pick like 85. So any of these guys are in play. Again, we don't need to worry about stacking too much. So I would maybe take one of these dudes. I'm really into Brock Purdy, but that's a little bit of a reach. Let's see if there's a running back that we like. And there's really not. I feel like this is the dead zone here. We don't need. Kenneth Gainwell's a guy we can get 2 rounds from now.
Yeah.
DK Metcalf's available. I would take another receiver here. Your boy Cortland Sutton, who Chaz has a fucking hard on for. Tyson.
How would you feel about taking him in here?
I would take any of these 3 guys that is highlighted right here. Tyson, I don't care. Sutton doesn't change for me because he as a 1 last year, he got screwed because they just were double teaming him. Now he's actually going to catch as many touchdowns in my mind.
No.
Cortland Sutton just got taken. Tucker Kraft's available. Kyle Pitts. You hear the noise about Kyle Pitts possibly going to the Chiefs?
Ooh, I did not hear that at all. Really?
Yeah, they would trade their second pick. No, they would trade their second pick because it makes sense. Like, who are you going to get at whatever it is? Pick 20? Is it pick 20? Like
20. Yeah, I thought it was 20. It was earlier, I think. But
they have 9. I think it's 9 and 20.
That sounds about right, actually. Thinking about it.
Mouth is the biggest Tyrone Tracy fan in the world. I commend you because I love Tyrone Tracy. He was also paired to one of my biggest parlay hits ever. It was $10 to win $1,800. It was I have won 3 like that. It was Tyrone Tracy alternate. It was his rookie year alternate over 25 receiving yards. It was like one of the legs. And I've always loved Tyron Tracy. I loved his film as well, coming out of college. Like Tyron Tracy is a better. He's a former receiver in college, but a better running back than people give him credit for. He's an all-purpose guy. Mouth always says a stat. He's the only Giants running back ever to have 1,000 all-purpose yards in his first 2 seasons in the NFL, and that counts. Saquon Barkley, Tiki Barber,
that counts for a lot.
Brandon Jacobs,
I think a lot of our guys
DK Metcalf
got taken.
Yeah. Justin Herbert, Patrick Mahomes.
I
Chris
really
Godwin?
don't. I wouldn't mind Chris Godwin. I also really don't mind that Brock Purdy if that's what you want to kind of lean towards. I'm a lot higher consensus, or I'm a lot higher on him than what the consensus ranking is.
You want to take Kyle Pitts? Do you want to take Kyle Pitts?
I don't mind that. I
Let's take Kyle
wouldn't
Pitts.
mind seeing what's going over there. I mean, there's 2 gunslingers down there in Atlanta, so they love to get the ball out.
I don't know if you go to a gunslinger. That's
I
that's
didn't
wild.
exactly call them good gunslingers. I just called them
Gunslinger.
Yeah, they love
I
that.
I hate the way
that,
you talk
dude.
to me and the way you cut your hair. I hate the way you drive my car. I hate it when you stare. I hate your big dumb combat boots and the way you read my mind. I hate you so much it makes me sick. It even makes me rhyme.
No. I want to hear what some of the people watching have to say about that. I think they're gunslingers.
Michael Penix is a gunslinger for sure. What's nice about taking Kyle Pitts there, though, is it allows us to have a lot of flexibility at tight end now. I'm fine with rolling with 2 late guys, like really late guys. And I do trust Kyle Pitts especially with Tua, dude. Tua, he saw what he did with Jonnu Smith. Like, Jonnu Smith was a god with Tua. Just because Tua doesn't extend the play, he just, that's essentially his dump down. There goes Herbert, Mahomes. We're going to need a quarterback here in the next round. Let's take a little gander here. If Brock Purdy falls back, I will do a jig, a giant naked Irish jig. But there's options here, and I did miss Wally's question. Sorry, Wally. How confident are you guys in Kyler Murray this season for fantasy and Vikes overall? 10 wins, ? Playoffs, ? We're both Bears fans, so Chaz, I'm going to let you take this one. Give me the Vikings take.
With him, I honestly like him. I hate that he's in the decision or in the division is what I mean. I honestly hate that he's in the division. I hate that he got paired up with, one of the best receivers in the league. I hate that he got paired up with Kevin O'Connell. I think it's nothing but upside there. I don't know if playoffs are in the picture, but I think it's definitely trending up there.
Yeah, I love Kyler for fantasy because he's gonna be motivated, as motivated as a Kyler Murray type player can be, and he puts the video games on hold for 1 year. And I think he's gonna run more because he has to. And we'll see if Kevin O'Connell can adjust his system to Kyler Murray. That's the big question. But where he's going is pretty fair. I loved him before he signed there because it was free fucking money. I got Kyler in 5 drafts to start it off at quarterback 24. Mouth, this is very accurate here. Please never give Tua a gun. CTE plus gun equals bad time. You're going to have a bad time. And well said there by Mouth. You don't want to give Tua a gun. So don't call him a gunslinger because he's not allowed to have guns. They don't allow him to carry guns, dude.
Arresting me for what? I'm not allowed to stand up for myself? I thought this was America. Huh? Isn't this America? I'm sorry. I thought this was America.
Man, I think everyone just forgets about, Tua 2023, 2024, those years.
Dude, we're gonna rock Baker Mayfield here, huh? Yeah, that was also on the back of Josh McDaniel, who is a fucking god. I mean, he's a good ass coordinator.
It was, but let's not, discredit what Tua did.
Ooh, Blake Corum's available. So we got Blake Corum, Kenneth Gainwell. I think we go there. We could also maybe take Jordan Love and Jaden Reed or Matthew Golden. Baker Mayfield's very nice, just based on the fact we have Chris Godwin. We have a lot of options here, man. A lot of options.
Yeah, we really do have a lot of
I'm happy with all of them. I wish we had 3 picks here. I wish I could trade a pick in best ball in the middle of best ball and grab one of these 3 of these guys. Yeah, because I want Kenneth Gainwell. We need 1 running back, I feel like.
Yeah,
we need a third running back to stabilize this. So I don't think we could go wide receiver. So we go quarterback and running back. Then we're gonna have to hammer the Cam Ward that area. Cam Ward, CJ Stroud. I hate CJ Stroud, but that area of the quarterback thing. I do trust Baker Mayfield as a 1, though. I do trust him this year.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just looking at what Brick was saying in the chat. I mean, Kyler does have to prove himself this year. I mean, he's trying to get himself paid. So I think that's a kind of a match made in heaven if guys are looking to take him later on, or at least not taking one of the top QB options.
Why would anyone take J.K. Dobbins ahead of Blake Corum? Can you answer me that question? Because I don't think it makes any sense. Like, you're getting a timeshare running back that's bad and a worse offense.
Always hurt.
And he's always hurt. Like, Blake Corum is better when he plays. He plays more often. And I promise you, if Kyron Williams got hurt, they would give the keys of the castle to Blake Corum. If RJ Harvey got hurt, they're bringing someone in. They can't rely on J.K. Dobbins. He's going to get hurt. Like, he gets hurt with a half a workload. The hell out of here.
Yeah, that's someone who just doesn't know who just doesn't know the past of J.K. Dobbins. Like, that's the only consensus, or like that's the only thing that I can think of is for taking Dobbins over Corum there.
Chaz, we've drafted some banger. I think we've drafted a couple together, but let's go through the squad real quick. We have Ashton Genty, Saquon Barkley, and Blake Corum. We have Devonta Smith, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison, Alec Pierce, and Chris Godwin. I love the pairing of Alec Pierce and Chris Godwin, and same with Marvin Harrison. Like, Chris Godwin's such a nice floor play. Now we have Baker to pair with him, and then we have Kyle Pitts. So we have a pretty balanced squad. We don't need much at running back. I'm fine with like a 5 or 6 running back. I think 5 running backs if we take one in the next 4 rounds with our 2 studs. Tony Pollard was just drafted. That's disgusting.
Very.
Yeah, I know that Dobbins is starting, but is he, dude? You think, okay, Mouth, you really think that Dobbins is going to have more touches this year, more snap share, more anything than RJ Harvey? There's just no way, right? There's just no way. You agree, Chaz? Like, I mean, I'm not talking about in fantasy. Obviously, RJ Harvey is the pass catcher, right? But like, just pure touches per game. If they play together for 10 games, let's just say when they're together fully healthy, like, who's having more touches, RJ Harvey or J.K. Dobbins?
I mean, I would just slightly lean. Oh man, I would slightly lean Dobbins, just because Harvey. I don't know. I'm not that big of a Harvey guy. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not saying I am either. I'm saying that they drafted Harvey in the 2nd round. Sean Payton, it was Sean Payton's guy. Sean Payton's an asshole and an idiot in terms of, like, he's very stubborn. And I like Sean Payton's he's a top 10 offensive mind in the league. Sean Payton, come on, Super Bowl. But his the blueprint is it's Sean Payton. His handprints are all over this pick, and like, he's not gonna not give the ball to RJ Harvey. Like, I'm not saying I'm a big RJ Harvey guy. I'm just saying RJ Harvey is a 50-50 split at minimum in my mind.
Well, yeah, I definitely agree that I would say it's going to be about a 50-50 split, which obviously is not, the most, something that's that great, thinking about that in that offense. But I don't know. I as I said before, I'm not that big of a Harvey fan, but then I'm also not big of a, J.K. Dobbins fans. I'm really just not a fan of both. But still, I would just be worried. I would just always be worried about J.K. Dobbins getting hurt. That would be one of my major concerns.
I would say when they're both healthy, like, Kyron Williams is going to have more carries and more snaps than Blake Corum. But last year down the stretch, it was like a 52-48. It was as close to a 50-50 as. And you talk to any Kyron Williams owners that had him, and it was rough watching the games. I bet a couple Kyron Williams props, and like to start the 3rd quarter, here comes Blake Corum, like, leading the drive and staying on the field for every snap. And they're rotating drives, and they were rotating goal line carries too. So I prefer Kyron Williams, but like, at cost, like, Blake Corum is Blake Corum is my favorite pick at cost. He was last year. Was one of my most drafted players. It actually panned out, and it was without Kyron Williams. Didn't even get hurt, but he had 750 yards and like 7 touchdowns. And it's gonna be the same thing this year. But Kyron Williams might get hurt. That's the thing. Like, he is not exactly the mark of health, man.
Yeah, I mean, And as you said, I mean, if he does get hurt, that would be just a Blake Corum, because we've already seen it. We've already seen at Michigan what he can do with the keys. I think it would just be really good to have him, especially in a league like this, because I mean, shoot, I mean, if Kyron ends up does getting hurt, then that's a flex spot. No matter what, we're gonna have those top 3 art running backs. Just a week in and week out, it feels.
What do we do here, man? Malik Willis doesn't. This is a 6 for a passing touchdown. There's passing bonuses, so Malik Willis needs to be down our board. But I mean, we take Malik Willis and Daniel Jones and just be done with quarterback. What do you think about that?
I like it. Yeah,
we have Alec Pierce. We have Alec Pierce. So we'll take Malik Willis. We'll take Danny Dimes. And we're done at quarterback. So our quarterback room is not great, but Baker Mayfield, Malik Willis, and Daniel Jones at quarterback. I think you can do worse when you wait till the 10th round to take your quarterback, Chaz. That's a fine room, man.
Yeah, I mean, it's all about what players you're getting at cost. And I mean, our position players are obviously, a little bit better, or at least non-quarterback players are a little bit better than everyone else's. And then obviously we just had to take a little bit of hit there at the quarterback position. But now that we have 3 there, we kind of just kind of forget about them. As
Wally says brisket. Jacoby Brissett, man, like he's holding out. He wants to be named the starter. He wants a new contract. He wants to be traded or named the starter. And they might take Ty Simpson. That's probably why they're not doing it. And I like Jacoby Brissett, but like, how many games is he going to start the whole year? You know what I mean? They're going to bring someone in. Maybe it's Carson Beck. Maybe it's, a 3rd round quarterback. It's Nussmeier. It's Drew Aller. And Drew Aller is probably not ready to play. But like, what do the Cardinals benefit by starting Brissett all year? Like, is there any benefit? I don't see one.
The only benefit is, they're going to get some sort of offense, I guess, fantasy numbers, I guess. But like when you're looking at like actual organizational development, probably not much.
Agreed. Yeah, Ty Simpson is really linked to the Cardinals. Makes a lot of sense. Hopefully, probably not a 3. I hope not a 3, but they have an early 2nd round pick that could easily trade back up in the 1st round. You saw the Giants do it last year with Jackson Dart. Like that's a perfect spot. You trade up to like 20, maybe even trade with like the Seahawks or one of those teams drafting in the bottom 5 picks in the 1st round. You give them your 36 pick or whatever it is, and you throw in a 3rd rounder, and everyone wins.
Yep.
Yeah, Matty Ice's squad. He wants to see Matty Ice's squad. So Matty Ice's squad, he has Chase Brown, Travis Etienne, and that's it at running back. That is not great. St. Brown, Luther Burden, Parker Washington. He picked Parker Washington at 54. What the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah,
Cortland Sutton, Ricky Pearsall, Quentin Johnson. He has 8 receivers. This guy's an idiot. He has 2 running backs, 8 receivers, 1 quarterback only. It is Caleb Williams, who we like, and then Dalton Kincaid, who just can't stay healthy. This guy is just bad. This is bad build and some bad players as well. But, dude, Parker Washington at 54. And we can look and see where Brian Thomas went. Brian Thomas went at pick 71. Dude, what are we doing in this world? I love Parker Washington, but I still... Chaz, you take it in a vacuum at pick 60. You taking Parker Washington full PPR or Brian Thomas Jr.?
Oh, I'm going BTJ.
Thank you.
Have to go.
Thank
BTJ.
you.
I mean, people have given up on him. I hate that they've done that.
The thing is, I said this before. I hated Brian Thomas last year. 0 shares out of 36 redraft leagues. My biggest fade.
Yeah, he was.
And now he is a 6th round pick. Because last year he got hurt and he played bad, and Trevor Lawrence, played well in terms of fantasy, but he didn't really play great in real. Like he didn't throw the ball well downfield. I guess maybe that could be a Liam Cohen thing, and maybe that continues. I don't care. For a 6th round, Brian Thomas will, I promise you, return value. There's just no way he does it on a per game basis. There's no way.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of looking back to.
We are up. Tyrone Tracy's there. We're going to let's take Woody Marks. Let's take a for sure number 2 running back there. And then we need a receiver. We have 25 seconds. Brandon Ayuk is looking tasty, but Mason Taylor, it's too early for him. Do we take Tyrone Tracy and just be done with running back?
Looking at those guys, honestly, yeah.
Okay, let's take Ayuk. I'm taking Ayuk.
Ooh.
I took Ayuk. Let's take an upside shot here. A guy that's going to be back playing.
That's definitely an upside shot.
Let's do it. We have 4 running backs. We have Barkley, Genty, Corum, and Woody Marks. I just didn't want to take I'd rather have Kamani Vidal next round, right? Like, what's the difference between Tyrone Tracy and Kamani Vidal? Like, I prefer Tracy, but there's a chance that Tracy's nothing if they draft Jeremiah Love. We're pretty sure Kamani Vidal is going to be, a 35% snap share player.
Yeah, I mean, he earned that role at the end of last year, or more so in the middle to end of last year, and definitely is not going to go away. I mean, you obviously don't want to, overproduce or overtouch your running back, if that sounds all right.
Well, his team is trash. It's not a reach. I mean, Trey Benson's his 3rd running back, and Jonah Coleman's his 4th, and he still has one. He still has 1 quarterback and 1 tight end. Now, the 1 tight end I don't care about. You could take 3 guys late. I don't care, but there's no quarterbacks left. He's going to have Caleb Williams and is Mendoza even available? Like, Geno Smith is available. So he's going to have, if he even does this, he's going to have Geno Smith and Shador Sanders. Like, gross, dude. Like, we think our quarterback room is a little rough, which it kind of is because we waited literally to the 10th round. We got Baker, Willis, and Daniel Jones, guys that have no issues besides the Jones slow start to the season, injury, all that kind of stuff. Like, he's going to be the starter there. Malik Willis is all they have. And Baker Mayfield is, a guy that could contend for MVP. I'm sorry. Last year he was after 5 weeks.
Yeah, I mean, after 5 weeks, everyone had him at that near the top of the MVP, kind of list. I also kind of like that Willis, just in having with some of those spike weeks. I think he's going to have a couple of games this year where he just runs for a lot, and then also is able to throw for a couple of touchdowns.
Agreed. Let's see. Sorry, lost my train of thought. Multitasking. What can I say? We only have 9 likes in this video. What the hell is going on here? I'm like 100 plus people in here. I don't like that. I don't like it. Why wouldn't you like the video, guys? Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Who will be the first wide receiver drafted, Tate or Tyson, or is Lemon in play, or is he not in play for you?
I kind of like Tate. I low-key like Tate more so. I just think he's a little bit worse than George Pickens. I also would not be surprised if people want Lemon.
You actually like Tate as the first wide receiver taken, or you actually like Tate the film? Because, as you know, I'm really against Tate, but everyone else loves him, so I guess I'm an idiot.
I'm not calling you that, Rob. I'm just saying,
I'm just saying I'm the one on an island.
Well, sometimes being on an island is amazing, because then when it works out, then you look, extremely smart.
Well, thanks, man. Mouth, do you want to do an underdog draft after this? We have to meet the goal, but because if Mouth wants to do it, I will do it without meeting the goal, because Mouth is the man. Downtown Sports Guys. Link in the description up in 7 picks here. If Mouth wants to do it, we will make Mouth happy and draft with him. And we like drafting with Mouth. Here's Helen Hunt. Say hello to Helen. Hi, Helen. How you doing?
Helen?
And then here we go. Downtown Sports Boys on 23 platforms. Also, you can find them on YouTube now. Anywhere podcasts are available, you can find them. Just search Downtown Sports, where sports comes home. They've had Iron Eagle on their show. They've had a bunch of big names. Great show. Mouth was on the show, this very show last night. So appreciate him. Dontavian Wicks at pick 173. What are we doing? What is this? I see Keyshawn Boutte, Isaac Tesla, Calvin Ridley available. Okay, well, I'm going to put Ridley, Boutte, Tesla, yeah. Adonai Mitchell, okay. Trey Harris, like all these dudes. So let's look at what do we have for construction here. We are looking at 4 running backs, 6 receivers, 1 tight end. I think this has to be a Mason Taylor pick too. We need a second tight end, so it's going to be Mason Taylor.
Yeah, we definitely need a tight end.
Calvin Ridley was just taken. Kamani Vidal, we can wait, and we'll figure out something late. Ollie Gordon or some shit. So it's going to be a tight end and a wide receiver. What are your thoughts on Trey Harris, or do we take Tesla? If Tesla's there, I think we go Tesla. And as much as I love Trey Harris, I like Tesla in that offense. Who would you choose, Tesla or Trey Harris?
In a bind, I would go Tesla just because I feel like he was a will something when Amon-Ra missed a couple games, but just in terms of like really how much they throw the ball there, especially because
Mason Taylor was just taken. Fuck it. We're going to go 2 wide receivers here. We're going to go Tesla and Trey Harris.
All right, look at that. We don't even have to decide.
As much as I like Adonai Mitchell, I think they're going to draft a receiver and give me guys on better offenses. Yeah. All right, there's our 8 receivers now. I think we're pretty good at receiver now. We're going to have this is going to be a 4 tight end build. But fucking goddamn motherfucker took Mason Taylor right from under our noses. That son of a bitch. You know what? I'm fucking pissed off. I have a 50. I want to keep my 50% share of Mason Taylor. I love him more than any player in the world. Fuck this guy.
Jeez,
dude.
Look at those two. They're going at each other like an Italian guy and a black woman.
Hey, you can't park here.
Excuse me?
Having been officially challenged by her natural enemy, the black female prepares for combat by taking off her many rings. Meanwhile, the Italian male looks around to make sure the other Italian males are indeed seeing what he is seeing. Sensing the impending battle, a flock of Jews flies quickly away, as avoiding confrontation is their best chance for survival.
That son of a bitch. Taking Mason Taylor. You know what? This guy took Gunnar Helm. So tight ends are getting pretty sparse, but you know what? We're going to find some dudes here. Ferguson, Freiermuth, Tungis. I'm fine with all them dudes. Probably a 4 tight end build. We need another running back, though. We only have 4 running backs, so we need to go one running back, 1 tight end, most likely, unless 2 of the guys I just highlighted are there. Then we'll take have a 3 tight end build and have 6 running backs.
Yeah, I mean that sounds
Vidal is Vidal falls so much. Ollie Gordon, yeah, let's do that. All right. There we go. Okay, after this, we'll do an underdog draft. I have 1 left. I've done 19 of the little board, so I have 1 less. Only underdog 1 left. We're gonna use it now because if you don't use it, you lose it. Apparently, that's a quote from 40-year-old virgin Chaz. If you don't use it, you lose it. And is it right? I've lost it already, and I've used it a lot. So who knows?
I can definitely attest to that. I still get flashbacks to Polish. Sometimes just going back to what Tyler and I was able to witness.
No, see, you're saying I didn't lose it because I was on my game there, bro.
You were on your game there. That was very she was definitely a very interesting locker room employee, is what I would say.
Yeah, that was must see TV, if you will. And you know what I made I like to say someone took Kamani Vidal. Fuck you. Fuck this guy. That was a good pick. 193 over ADP, ahead of ADP, but we can still take a guy like Ray Davis, Ollie Gordon. We're shooting for the moon here. And we're gonna have to take Ferguson and what do you think about Ferguson and Freiermuth? Or do you want to take a rookie like Stowers? What do you think?
I wouldn't mind going Stowers.
All right, a little upside there, and then pair him with. I actually think he pairs better with Freiermuth, but
I mean, I'm a huge Ray Davis fan if he's still there because of his Kentucky ties.
Oh, I love Ray Davis. I just Ty Johnson's just such a thorn in his spine every year. I don't get it. I like Ty Johnson too, but Ray Davis is a fine pass catcher, and I don't know. I love Ray Davis. Every time he's had the opportunity, he's just balled out, bro. Like 20 plus touches, 120 yards, catching balls. Remember the deep 40-yard bomb downfield he caught in it was a Thursday night game his rookie year when he filled in. It was like 40 air yards. Ray Davis caught like a shoestring catch. Like, it's a 225-pound running back, Chaz. Ray Davis can do it all, man. Also a really good kick returner. Ray Davis is great.
Yeah, I mean, I got to see it here when he was at Kentucky. I mean, he was our hammer. He was our hammer that year, and it was awesome watching him. And I've been a fan ever since. And it kind of feels like he's kind of gonna be like this generation or this era's Alexander Madison, where he won't play a lot, but when he does play, when James Cook is out, he will be getting those numbers, like good number games.
Yeah, dude, remember the Alexander Madison stretch where it was like 4 games, like fucking 95 touches and 5 touchdowns?
Yeah, it was sick.
That's what we all wanted, Tyler. We would have had that from Tyler Algier if Bijan ever got hurt. It would have been the same thing with Tyler Algier. We just never got it. So our Stowers got taken. We're going to take Ferguson and Freiermuth. I feel like that's
Sounds good to me.
Tonjes would have been in play too, but I feel like he's just such an early season guy. We have Kyle Pitts. I'm not too worried about early season tight end. And then we can take if Tonjes is available, we will take him. That's about the only guy. Otherwise, we're just going to go with a 3 tight end build. The tight ends aren't great. That's why we took Kyle Pitts, though. Ferguson, Freiermuth, and Kyle Pitts. You can do worse than that. Unfortunately, our quarterbacks and tight ends are a little weaker, but I like our skill players. Let's go through the team for the peeps here. Ashton Jeanty, Saquon Barkley, Blake Corum, Woody Marks. We have Devonta Smith, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison, Alec Pierce, Chris Godwin, Brandon Ayuk, Isaac Tesla, and Trey Harris. That is a pretty nice receiver core there. And then Baker Mayfield, Malik Willis, and Daniel Jones with Kyle Pitts, Terrence Turd Ferguson, and Pat Freiermuth. I'm in on that.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just in on getting those 2 hammer running backs and then kind of going on that streak of wide receivers. I think that's going to be a pretty good build going into this year.
Yeah, it's weird. Like in redraft, I'm fine playing more 0 or hero RB because I can make trades in home leagues, and if they're not in home leagues, there's no trades. I can still play the waiver wire, and I can stack my bench with all the handcuffs. And I don't need them on a week-to-week basis. I need it just a couple weeks here and there. I can take my specific running back. I can take Tank Bigsby if I have Saquon. Where I'm not as likely to do that in best ball because it's a lot of wasted. It's a wasted pick if Saquon stays healthy. But in best ball, man, I like having the 2 hammers. And then if they get hurt, like you're fucked anyway. If they were wide receivers, they're fucked anyway. So it's a really upside strategy. And like if they just stay healthy, and the track record recently, these running backs are staying healthy, dude. And maybe that stops. Me and Storey have a theory about that. Mostly Storey's theory that linebackers are so much lighter now than they used to be, and defensive ends are so much lighter now. So it's less wear and tear on the running backs than it was 12 years ago when you still had some bangers like the Ray Lewis era where you're getting hit by Ray Lewis. Like there's no Ray Lewis in the NFL right now.
Yeah, I mean you had Ray Lewis, J.J. Watt. At some point, Patrick Willis coming down your throat.
Coming down your throat. Yeah, tell me more.
Oh
Chaz.
my gosh,
you set me up, bro. You set me up.
I did.
Yeah,
I
we
did
can definitely do that. That is a great idea.
Those are the only kind I have.
I can hear my hair growing. You want some soup?
This fucking guy took Kamani Badal and Ray Davis, man. I am very upset by that. Chaz just left to tend to some kind of personal matter. There he is. This guy took Ray Davis and Kamani Badal, bro. 2 guys. This guy, but I don't like the other picks. Like Hawkinson, Pacheco, Bryce Young's fine. Kind of Gainwell's fine. I like his team, like Romeo Dubs. But he took 2 guys we really wanted. I know it was a whole 12 picks before we were picking. But he reached on both of them, and that means he knows his shit because we were eyeing those dudes. So we got to go running back. We got to just take a look at Jake Tonjes is still available. We will take Jake Tonjes if he falls. Other than that, we need to go to running back, and we need to get Ollie Gordon is a must. I think he's a must. It gets real gross after this. It's real gross.
Yeah, I'm looking at the names around there.
Oh, dude. George Halani, actually, is a guy I would take. This is real gross. So Sean Tucker would have been a guy I would have taken. There goes Tunja. So we're going running back. Probably George Halane and probably Ollie Gordon for sure. Just don't take Ollie Gordon. We need these guys. Our team, as much as I love our team, if we're rolling with Woody Marks as our 4 and nothing really behind that, I have some issues with that.
Yeah. We just need more depth there.
Let's see. There's no one I really like. We don't need another receiver, right? Our receivers are fucking golden. And I don't need a tight end either. So no point in taking a quarterback. Look at this. There's still Shedeur Sanders available. He might be a great value in these leagues, dude. If he starts all year. I know Dakota loves taking hand job Watson, but I would bet my money that Shedeur Sanders starts more games than Deshaun Watson. I mean, that's an easy bet.
Yeah. I mean, I would say that's a pretty easy bet to make considering what we've seen in the past. I'm just completely out on Deshaun Watson.
Good call by both you guys. So Dart Jar Jar, shout out to Jar Jar. What's going on? Kevin Durant's a coward. He keeps getting exposed ever since leaving Golden State. Did you see LeBron just cook him on that windmill dunk? That defense Kevin Durant was trying to play on the fucking perimeter? Disgusting.
I did. I hate the Kevin Durant hate. I understand he left to go to Golden State in order to go get a couple of rings. But I mean, if you look at the teams that he was a part of since then, I mean, that Nets team, that if all 3 of those guys could have been healthy, it would have worked out. In my opinion.
Are you defending Kevin Durant on the show? Here's why I won't. Because too many people rip on LeBron. And I'm sick of the LeBron hate and Kevin Durant. Like, Kevin Durant can't sniff LeBron's jockstrap, bro. That's a fact.
I mean,
I
would definitely agree with that. But I mean, when you look at, just Kevin Durant purely as a scorer, I mean, not many guys overall that have played in the NBA can compare to that.
Oh, top 5 scorer of all time. That's cool. And then Blake says he got exposed by joining Golden State. That is also correct because his rings are pretty meaningless. If people are going to punish LeBron for Miami, I get it. But joining the Lakers was not ring chasing. They didn't really have. I mean, they got Anthony Davis. What'd he do? Anthony Davis, what has he done besides winning with LeBron? What has Kyrie done besides winning with LeBron? They've done nothing, right? Kevin Durant joined Golden State. There was a championship team already. Those were free rings. And the thing is, that was the only rings he had. I like Kevin Durant to score. I think Kevin Durant's a total bitch. And I get that why people think LeFlop is a bitch. But compared to Kevin Durant, LeBron is Hercules, bro. I don't know. I'm so sick of the LeBron hate that has made me so jaded towards Kevin Durant because that's a guy that should be hated on, but he doesn't get near the hate LeBron gets. And it just doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely agree with that. I mean, LeBron's definitely less loved in the media compared to Durant.
Less love, dude. LeBron is hated, bro. He is despised. Our very own Dakota had LeBron 11th all time on our rankings, which is mind fuck. He had Steph Curry ahead of him, bro. Get out of town. LeBron's the second best basketball player of all time. He has the best career of all time. There's no debating that. He's Tom Brady. Literally, we've only seen Tom Brady, Wayne Gretzky, and a couple guys, Jerry Rice also, all-timers, ever play this long. No one ever does it.
Yeah, I mean, that's definitely true, but I also think people put Steph Curry a lot lower than what he should be. I think Steph should be top 5.
Ew. All time?
He changed the game. Yes, changed the game.
Yeah, influence. Influence is different.
Never seen before.
Steph Curry has missed the playoffs.
3-pointers in a year. Nobody's touching that.
Do you want to hear
going
this?
to touch that.
Do you want to hear a crazy stat? I'm kind of doing this verbatim, but Steph Curry has missed the playoffs in 40% of his years in the NBA. LeBron has been in the finals for 40% of his career. You get what I'm saying? Steph's more likely to miss the playoffs than LeBron is to miss the finals kind of thing. That's fucking bonkers. And LeBron's played a lot longer.
I mean, Steph's also gotten injured a lot more, what I would say. I mean, considering the start of Steph's career, he was injured pretty much all the time due to his ankles. Everyone's fearful of his ankles. So I mean, I understand your take and understand your take in that. Yes, he's been, 40% of the time he's been in the finals, and only 40% of the time he's been, in the playoffs. But I'm telling you, Curry is just he's up there, man. And people hate on him too much, I think.
Yeah, maybe top 10,
in terms of
maybe.
that
But Jar Jar says I will say if I'm creating a top 5 starting 5 of all time, I got to put Curry in my lineup. I would too because he's the greatest shooter of all time, bar none, not even close. But if I'm going to pick a guy in the top 10, right, one of these guys we're talking about, these all timers, and put him on, we'll put him on the Trailblazers. And I didn't even make the playoffs or make a run in the make a deep run in the playoffs with a bunch of bums. Steph Curry misses the playoffs with bad teams. LeBron will make the playoffs every time. Michael Jordan will make the playoffs. Magic Johnson, these all-time, Larry Bird. Steph Curry does not have that ability because he's tiny. He doesn't play any defense. He runs around the three-point line, and Draymond Green gives him creative passes, and he shoots threes. Awesome. That's cool, dude. But how does that work when you don't have Hall of Famers around you? It doesn't work. LeBron makes everyone better. Steph Curry doesn't make anyone better. He doesn't. He stretches the floor. I'm saying he stretches the floor. I'm not trying to rip on Steph Curry, but
what happened in 22 then? What happened in 22?
To compare Steph Curry to LeBron James, you just never watch basketball. And if that's what you're trying to do, Chaz,
I'm not comparing them. I'm not comparing them. I'm just saying I would say Curry's top 5.
Well, that's almost comparing him because some people have LeBron outside their top 5.
That 22 ring that Curry got just confirmed what I thought, and that he should be a top 5 player all the time.
Yeah, we're also young, and we're doing kind of recency bias where you're not not factoring in Bill Russell or guys of that ilk. And I'm gonna factor those guys in, unfortunately. All right, let's do grades. We can talk about LeBron all fucking day. GM says LeBron has had no fourth quarter game in years. I mean, I guess, dude. I don't know if you watched the last 2 games this year when he's 41 years, almost 42 years old. He's had some pretty good fourth quarter games, and I think we just highlight all the bad things with LeBron. We don't focus and respect the great things with LeBron. And you know what? When he's retired, when he's done, I think we're all going to appreciate the fact that I'll tell you this much: I'm 38 years old, Chaz. When LeBron made his NBA debut, I was a freshman in high school. Wrap your head around that, bro. Chaz, how old are you? Were you even alive when he was in? What year were you born?
04.
LeBron's been in the NBA longer than you've been alive and dominating. So it's insane. That's just fucking crazy, bro. You're never going to see that again. I promise you. Kevin Durant might touch that, but Kevin Durant played a year in college that gives him a little bit of a break. He's not going to play till he's 42. He's not going to be this good at 42. There's just no way. Let's do draft grades, guys. Grade our team here, A through F. We had the 12th pick. Cubs fan 311. Cubs fan 311. Shout out 311. Ashton Genty, Saquon Barkley at running back. We have Blake Corum as our 3. Woody Marks as our 4. Ollie Gordon and George Helani as our 5 and 6. Devonta Smith, Garrett Wilson, Marvin Harrison, Alec Pierce. Chris Godwin is our 5. Ayuk, Tesla, and Trey Harris. Our quarterbacks, Baker Mayfield, Malik Willis, Daniel Jones. We have Kyle Pitts, Terrence Turd Ferguson, and Pat Freiermuth rounding out the tight end position. Guys, give us a grade. Chaz, what would you give this team as a grade? We do have stacks. We stacked both of our quarterbacks. Baker has a stack with Chris Godwin, and Daniel Jones has a stack with Alec Pierce, which is somewhat nice.
Honestly, in comparison to other teams, I'm giving this an A-. I think our starter running backs paired with that wide receiver streak. And then I think our quarterbacks are sneaky good. I mean, I would obviously much rather have that team's quarterbacks to the left of ours, where they went that 3 QB stretch of Goff, Love, and Stroud. But I think getting Corum there means a lot more in comparison, especially when you're looking for spike weeks and spike players. If Kyron does get hurt, I think Corum could be. I mean, I know you say it all the time, but Corum will be that guy.
Corum be a top 5 running back for those weeks. I mean, that's pretty much obvious because he's a borderline top 20 running back with Kyron Williams. And, it's just, we've seen what Sean McVay does. He does lean on one guy. Now he's not leaning on Kyron as much, which is a reflection of the skill between the two guys. There's no gap there. Kyron's just better at pass blocking and more trust in the passing game. But Blake Corum's a better runner. I think everyone that watches football would agree with that. He's a better runner than Kyron Williams.
Yeah, definitely.
What do you guys have in the chat? Sorry for the LeBron tangent. It always gets everyone going. That's one thing about it. That's awesome. Like, it's like death and taxes that like everyone's going to have. And also LeBron versus MJ or any LeBron conversation is going to just have people on both ends because I'm not, I wasn't always a LeBron guy, but all the LeBron hate. And like, I've just watched this guy's whole career and just the mark of consistency and just respectable dude, man. I don't care about the flopping. Like, fucking guy just gets it done, dude. Year in, year out, just gets it. He's still getting it done. Give us a grade in the chat before we hop over to Underdog and do a draft there. A through F, guys. I'll go through the team one more time slowly. We are at pick 12, Genty Barkley team. I'm just going to scroll down here. Give us a grade, full PPR. Exactly, GM. You either love or hate LeBron. The thing is, it's just like politics, bro. Like you're conservative or you're a Democrat. You're a liberal. You're a conservative. Like you're in the middle, bro. And I think there's a middle ground with LeBron too. Jordan's number 1. Okay, doesn't mean LeBron has to be number 12. Like LeBron could be 2. I can love both their games, and like I feel like it's so divided. And like, can we all just come together and respect what the dude's done for us, for betting, for sports, for the NBA, for like 3 decades of dominance, bro. Like that's just we're never gonna see it again. And like Tom Brady, we're never gonna see that again. These guys make too much money, and like there's no motivation to play this long. Also, the grind, how much work he puts in. Let's give him some fucking respect. Please. I just all I want.
Yeah, I mean it's very interesting though when you say he doesn't get his flowers. I would say he gets his flowers. He gets his flowers.
He gets a lot of haters, bro.
He does. But those haters are also, or his lovers are also hate Jordan the same amount that I would say they hate LeBron. Now, the media doesn't portray it that way, but that's how I think that works.
Well, everyone agrees Jordan's the GOAT. I mean, it's just the 8-year dominance Jordan had in 10 years, I guess you call it.
A lot of people would disagree with you. A lot of people.
Who? That he's not the GOAT? Who?
What do you mean who? I've seen, I have a lot of people. A lot of people are like diehard LeBron James. I have actually.
Yeah, you're so young, Chaz. I keep on forgetting how young you
James.
are. Darth, MVPs are wrong all the time. I'll tell you this much: LeBron should have a lot more MVPs. And I go back to the Derrick Rose MVP, and I'm a Bulls fan. I was a biggest Derrick Rose in that era of the Bulls, living in Chicago. Derrick Rose was the heart and soul of that team, right? And Joakim Noah was awesome too. Tom Thibodeau, all the guys, Luol Deng, Carlos Boozer. LeBron was the best player in the league that year. LeBron should have won MVP. Derrick Rose shot like 43% from the field. It was super inefficient. No, Derrick Rose had he averaged 26 points and 6 assists. Like you get what I'm saying, Chaz? Like that was LeBron's MVP. That's not Derrick Rose's MVP. If anything, Dwight Howard should have won it. Like not Derrick Rose. I love Derrick Rose, but he wasn't the MVP. And they also got smoked in the playoffs by LeBron.
Well, I mean, then again, LeBron was smoking everybody in the playoffs.
He was. Jonathan, real quick, he says whoever doesn't have LeBron at least top 3 discussions should stop watching basketball. You know what's funny is Dakota, as you guys know him, Florida, Dakota in the chat, professional fanatic, we love him. He knows more ball than me. I promise you, with the rundown, the 3-hour show we did, he knows more ball than me. And I know a lot of ball, but he's like a historian, dude. He's a little older than me. He knows so much about the NBA. He had LeBron at 11. So I'm not going to tell him that he doesn't know basketball. He should stop watching basketball. I think that was more, I don't know what the hell that was. Again, we talk about it daily, honestly, on the chat, the Discord chat, but he doesn't mean he doesn't know ball. It just means he hates LeBron. Like that's just the bottom line. And there's a lot of people out there that have that. 11's insane. I think having Kobe ahead of LeBron's also insane. I love Kobe. I had Kobe number 6. I think Kobe's awesome, but Shaq was also the most dominating force ever for 3 of those championships. So this is a good one, real good. Before we get to the next guy, Wade or Harden, I can't give it to James Harden. As much as James Harden's numbers are better, if you want to talk about being biased and hating a guy's play style, James Harden's play style is despicable. And Dwayne Wade had a shorter prime. Harden's still balling out right now. But I'm going to go Dwayne Wade because of defense, and I think his high ends, although James Harden averaged a triple-double and had some awesome gaudy numbers, the whole getting fouled by shooting threes by sticking your foot out, all those things with Harden, just being literally a 0 on defense, a negative on defense. Dwayne Wade was an all-time 2-way player. Give me Dwayne Wade.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I didn't see. I never got to see Dwayne Wade fully in his prime, but it was more so the fact that people had to guard James Harden from behind. They literally just had to guard him from behind because he would draw a foul if not. And those are the kind of players that I hate, just the full foul baiters. I hate Shea. I hate Harden. I hate any of those guys that just purely
Jalen Brunson, SGA is kind of there now.
I am the biggest Jalen Brunson hater.
Yeah, I respect him because he's so small and he has no choice. But like, good call. Harden crumbles in the playoffs. Notorious that 3-1 loss, the 3-1 series lead they had when he shot like 28% from the field the rest of the way. And Dwayne Wade, the Shaq championship, the first one with Dwayne Wade had, Shaq was at 50% of himself. That was a Dwayne Wade championship. That was one of the best playoffs and finals runs I've seen from a player. That was prime young D Wade. That was top 5, I think. That was up there with Dirk's championship with Dallas. That's why I'm saying like Dwayne Wade has those things and James Harden will never, I don't think.
Definitely.
All right, we are ready. Jonathan, my dad said the same exact thing about the LeBron hate because my dad is he's an old guy. He's 67 years old. Shout out to my dad. Watches every show. I'm sure he's going to listen to me soon. He listens to the next day to the stream after it's aired. But he's come around on LeBron just because he respects the guy. That's where we've had this argument forever. And I kind of see what you're saying here about being hard to listen to. But again, Dakota knows his shit so much that it's hard. Like that was just the only time he was wrong, and it was just way wrong about LeBron. And it's an opinion though. The point is, it's an opinion, right? And just like everyone has an opinion, just like everyone has an asshole, doesn't mean we have to be one. So he can have his opinion. That's fine. Let's rock on over to Underdog and hop in this draft, huh?
Yeah. Is
anyone wants
to
join? Yeah, Mal's gonna come in. I'm gonna count it down for him. Anyone else want to come in? You're welcome to come in.
Okay. I was thinking you were mean like he was gonna hop on the.
No, he has to use his phone to draft. All right, when you hear this, Mal, join it up. So we're gonna be a little bit delayed, but yeah, join it up when you hear it. And this is gonna be, Underdog Chaz, half PPR. We're gonna dominate this one too. We'll do draft grades at the end. No one gave us a draft grade for our team. We're all worried about LeBron talk, and no one gave us a draft grade. Two more to start, Mal. Hopefully you get in. Two more to start.
Mal said he's in.
He's in. Where anyone else who wants to get in? There's 2 more to start. Little board on Underdog. Let me get this zoom in here. There we go. God, I do a lot of things. I just do everything on the show. I'm with it. I've also had like 12 beers, so let's go. We have the 8th pick. Mouth has the 10th pick. We have 8. He has 10. We're always next to Mouth. I don't necessarily love that, but Ray, did you actually get Underdog? I said anyone can get in. Did you have Underdog, Ray? Or did you deposit an Underdog? 8th pick, gentlemen. Mouth has 10. Oh, Jesus fuck, man. See Wizzle. Fucking Jake is in here. Jake, I don't even see you in the chat. Dude, he just takes he takes the guys I love. He just takes them. He's gonna take Mason Taylor. It's not a really good, like, I lose money because like Mouth is fine. Like Mouth deserves a draft. Like, but if you're just gonna take my guys, god damn it.
God damn it.
That was the thing I had in Fantrax last year is I had a couple guys that subscribed to the channel and were doing all that big, like $250 fucking Fantrax leagues. And they kept on taking Tucker Kraft because they knew I loved him so much and they like respected my opinion. And like, I was getting like Javonte Williams. I would have had like 3 more shares of Javonte Williams and Tucker Kraft and nice. Chris Olave as well. Guys that I love more. I mean, the thing is Tucker Kraft ended up getting hurt, so it didn't hurt that much.
Yeah.
It was the greatest pick in the history of the world.
Yeah, I mean, for those first however many weeks he was healthy, it was probably the best pick of the year. Just because of the positional value, and then especially where you got it at. I mean, it was
tight end 9, tight end 10, unreal.
Unbelievable.
Can't wait for tomorrow from Jonathan. What do you guys think will be a big trade made? If there is one, I've heard rumors of Chiefs or Saints trading up to 3 if Reese is still available. That's a big trade up. I think the Cowboys, and I mentioned this in the show 2 days ago. They're going to trade up from they're not going to spend their first round. They're not going to spend the 10th pick. They're going to spend their 20th pick or whatever it is, and they're going to spend next year's first to move up to number 6. The Browns need to trade down. Josh Allen went at 3. Josh Allen just went to 3.
Okay. Do you think that pick would be the Oh wait, no, I'm tripping actually. I was thinking of the wrong team.
We're up next, and we're gonna get Jonathan Taylor. Fuck yeah, dude. At 8.
JT?
Let's do it. That's
JT's
because of
my
Josh
guy.
Allen pick. Thank you for taking Josh Allen, whoever did that. So I don't think they're gonna use Pickens. I think that they know that George Pickens is not, they're not gonna sign him next year. So this is why I think they're gonna do this. They're gonna mortgage their future next year and also trade their 20th pick, but they're gonna trade up for 6 to get, the 20th and then next year's first to get a blue chip defensive player and go all in this year, because Pickens is not going to be in this team next year. They have him this year. He's going to have to play it. Chaz, he cannot hold out, right? I'm gonna grab a beer after this next pick, but they cannot Pickens cannot afford to hold out. Like he's not, like Le'Veon Bell did that. How'd that work out?
Yeah, it did not work out well. But then you also know Pickens is going to want to get paid. I mean, I think him and Le'Veon Bell kind of have that same mindset. So I honestly wouldn't be surprised if he, definitely threatened it. But because I mean, both those guys in the head are just like, what the hell you're doing. But then also in the primes, especially right now, Pickens is just on the field. Is such a good player. I'm just worried about the stupid antics off it.
We might get Saquon Barkley. What do you think about Marion Hampton or Jeremiah Love? What is your choice between those two?
Just for now, I would go Hampton just because we don't fully know where Love is going to go, but that could easily switch depending on tomorrow night.
All right, we'll take Taylor and Hampton. Can you read this question while I grab a beer? I'll read it for you. You can answer. Yep. I have Bo Nix, Jackson Dart, and Lamar Jackson Dynasty, not Superflex. Should I trade Lamar for the 102 and grab Mendoza or Carnell Tate? I would trade the other guys. I want to hear what you have to say.
Yeah, I mean, it really depends on where your team is at. If you are contending right now, I mean, Lamar Jackson, I think he's got 2 to 3 years of MVP level play. So if you're competing right now, I understand if you want to get younger. But I mean, man, if you're going to trade Lamar Jackson, I would kind of more so want to put it towards a younger player that we've already seen fully put up numbers in the NFL. I've seen this a lot where guys want to trade their superstar studs, especially guys like Lamar Jackson or Jackson Dart for, rookies. And sometimes that doesn't pan out, and then you just look really, really bad. And so I usually try to get guys, especially when I'm trading, especially a guy like Lamar Jackson, who is top, a top 10 dynasty, obviously it's not super flex, but I just think when you're trading a guy that good, I don't like getting only rookie picks or the main pick be a rookie pick.
Unless Dude, ask for the 102 and ask for next year's first. Ask for next year's first too. If you're going to do that and trade Lamar Jackson, he's still getting ranked really high in redraft in dynasty. Like people are forgetting about last year, and we all know it was injury marred. Get both, or get trade get the 102, get next year's first from him, and trade your next year's second and get his next year's first. Get more than the 102. You can get more. Like I wouldn't do that. I would, if not, trade Jackson Dart, trade Bo Nix. I would trade Jackson Dart first because the injury questions. We're up in 3 picks, and we need a wide receiver, Chaz. Brees Hall's available. That's the ADP. Chris Olave is available.
Chris Olave. Shit, I mean, let's hope either Brown or Olave is there.
Yeah, we could reach for T. I would take Olave. We could reach for T. Higgins and get Joe Burrow at 56.
We could.
Joe Burrow.
How much other give me Olave though?
All right, Olave is available.
Let's go grab Olave
him after ADP. I like that. Yep. And you know what? Maybe T. Higgins won't be there. He'll be taken for sure. But all good. Now we can take Tyler Shuck. I'm just giving you shit, Jake. You just take my guy. So it's Also, I'm still waiting on Jake. Let's all shame Jake for not joining the Patreon. We do have one spot left for the Dynasty League, Chaz. If no one else joins, I'm giving it until May 1st. If no one else joins, we have 3 guys that all said they're going to join. And if they don't, then you and Ray are breaking up officially your relationship that just started. And you're both going to manage your separate teams. Because as of right now, all 6 co-hosts are co-managing teams. And we have that kind of in our back pocket, which we're going to go to 14 because I wanted to get Jay in. Shout out Jay. My dude. But
no, I like it.
I want to have all the co-hosts co-manage their teams because it kind of gives a little faction of the co-hosts. And as you know, me and Storey are the OGs. And you and Ray, kind of the newcomers here, the young guns, as you will.
Yeah, the newcomers. Let's see. Who do we got here? Who's on the clock here?
Zay Flowers. Should we go Zay? Let's go Zay.
Yeah, go
41.
Zay, honestly. I think that's at least looking at the other guys, I don't like anyone else there compared to Zay.
Yeah. Now we're not gonna get Lamar Jackson, so it's gonna be hard to stack either of our I guess we can get Tyler Shuck, but who knows? Maybe Lamar falls. 56.
Maybe.
I mean, I've seen crazier shit happen. I mean, crazy Josh Allen went at pick 3, so
yeah.
All right.
Let's see. David also said that he had the 101. I don't know if we also mentioned.
Oh, I didn't see that. That's pretty sick. That is.
But
pretty
still,
sick.
honestly, go grab a guy. I mean, I know they were talking about Tet in the chat. I mean, I think that's another great dynasty asset to go and try and trade away or trade Lamar Jackson away for, if that's something that you want to do.
Guys, chat. I've not heard you guys shame Jake for not joining. Join the community, Jake. We need one more Dynasty member, and if not, play some redrafts with us and get in the ins and ins. Jar Jar, you as well. Again, first come, first serve for this Dynasty League, and same with the redraft league. We're gonna have 5 or 6 of them, but they are gonna go pretty quick. And we have our guy is still available. Josh Allen. That kid is back.
I don't think Lamar has been taken yet. So
Lamar has not been taken, so he is still available. We're gonna pop him in the queue. He just got taken, so fuck that.
That's just coincidence right there. Yeah, we definitely spoke to
David Montgomery, Quinshon Judkins. I'm popping both them in there. We have the Josh Allen team did not take DJ Moore, so that's cool for us. We have a lot of good options.
I was about to say, if DJ Moore falls to this, I am the biggest DJ Moore fan this year. I just think he's gonna ball out.
I've heard that you are. Yes, I have.
Every time I talk about him, I just have to mention that.
Oh, hell yeah. We're going to get a good running back here because the team before us has McCaffrey, Jeremiah Love, and Breece Hall. There's no reason he should take a running back here. This guy should take a running back, and I want it to be David Montgomery. There's David Montgomery. So we'll take Quinshon Judkins then.
Let's see. Hopefully this guy doesn't take it before us. Yeah, David Montgomery. Perfect.
Yeah, it's all right. We got Quinshon Judkins. We're good. Now we just hammer wide receivers and take some late quarterbacks, and everything is on the up and up, I think. Brian Thomas at 59. Is there a wide receiver we like? There's a couple guys we like. Nope, not here. Let's see. It'll be a similar team than the last time. We're going to have Marvin Harrison, Alec Pierce. I hope we get one of those guys, but one of these fuckers are probably going to take him. So
yeah, there goes Marvin.
And there goes Marvin Harrison, and Mouth will probably take Alec Pierce just because they're watching the streams. And not saying they don't like these guys, but
they can snipe us.
All right, we'll take Alec Pierce.
Yep, take him.
Now we have Daniel Jones available as well. I'm not saying Jake is just taking the guys I'm putting in queue, but it's convenient. I put him in queue and he just goes. He just goes.
I mean,
he's on board with us because Brian Thomas and Marvin Harrison. No, he knows, man. He loves Brian Thomas like he loves a lot of the right players. And this guy takes T. Higgins. He has Joe Burrow at 38. That was really early, but he has a T. Higgins, Joe Burrow stack. Brian Thomas and Marvin Harrison. I think he's on board. I think we're all on board in this channel. Everyone should be about those year 3 receivers, and specifically Brian Thomas and Marvin Harrison. Not so much Ladd McConkey, who's a bum.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've kind of transitioned into we think Ladd is a bum, but definitely at least Marv, definitely Neighbors, definitely BTJ. year 3 guys.
Dunze too, man. I'm about to Dunze as well. I don't have the
Yeah,
biggest
Dunze as
share,
well.
but I mean,
There's just so there's so
the problem
many of
is
them
Ladd goes
that's
higher
just
than
cool.
all those guys, dude. Like what Ladd goes the highest, and that makes zero sense to me.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, last year was definitely rough, but I think in terms of ceiling, those guys, every one of those other guys, I think have a better or higher ceiling than Ladd. See Harvey at
Ray, I say
70.
Jerry Jones had Bill Clinton with him today to work on the under the table deals. Those are good deals because there's a lot of hand jobs thrown around there with Bill Clinton. I just throws around handies. I really want a Bill Clinton movie. Okay, there's some options here. Your boy Cortland Sutton, DK Metcalf, Michael Wilson, quarterback Dak Prescott's available. We would take an unstacked Dak and take a guy like Ryan Flournoy late or something, or maybe even. Oh, there goes Dak. God damn it! And there goes Cortland Sutton, and I'm sure DK Metcalf will be gone. Harold Fannon's available. Michael Wilson could be interesting. This guy's taking DK for sure, bro. He has 2 receivers. There's just no way he doesn't. He didn't. We get DK Metcalf.
Wow.
Let's
Yeah,
go, dude.
They're huge.
This guy went back-to-back tight ends, and he had 2 receivers, and one of them is Ladd McConkey. The other one's a decrepit Devontae Adams. Gross, bro. What are you doing, man? There's so many tight ends. Terrible strategy. DK Metcalf at 80. Let's fucking get it, dude.
Devontae gets hurt. That dude's team is just in the crumble, in the shitter. I mean, it's 3 wide receivers every week, at the very least.
Jake says, this is my first Marv share. I have BTJ and T. Higgins a few times. I know you have T. Higgins a lot. I know you love Brian Thomas because you know ball.
I'd be very happy about that Marv share.
I thought I saw you take Marv before. I want a lot of Marv shares, even though I've been pretty critical of him in this channel. Tyler Algier, no. What do you think about Herbert?
Let's see what we got. Herbert,
Herbert's gone. We can take Brock Purdy. Let's take Brock Purdy.
Brock Purdy, yep. Go Brock Purdy. We were talking about reaching on him last time. I wouldn't even say it's
need a quarterback.
Yep, because we needed one anyway.
And then coming back, we could probably. I mean, there's not a lot of good options. Let's see. Ricky Pearsall probably won't. I mean, there's no way he falls.
Yeah, I don't think so.
All good. I just much prefer Marvin Harrison at value, even though he goes higher, but it's like a pretty close gap between Marvin Harrison and Michael Wilson. And I love Michael Wilson so much, man. I just know Marvin Harrison is going to be on the field and getting, like, they have to make him a thing. They have to make this work. It just has to happen. And he is just too talented to have that fail. Where it's like, my concern is his talents, right? At this point, it's what's in his head and talents, not so much like his target share and his usage. Now, he could be used a lot more creatively, and that's definitely going to happen, but it's not going to be like what we want. But if my worry is his talent, like, I've seen bad receivers have great years, and I don't think he's a bad receiver. I think he's just not worthy of the 4th overall draft pick, but he's a talented dude. I mean, Marvin Harrison's a talented dude. He's not special. I think he's maybe his upside is top 12 in the NFL, in 2 years, maybe. But he's still, how old is Marvin Harrison? 23, 24? This guy's a fucking baby.
I think he's about to turn 24, I think, or he's somewhere near that. But still very, very young.
Man, quarterbacks are falling. I wish we probably would have waited.
I was going to say, we could get Stafford or something like that. That would have been a bunch of these quarterbacks.
Sam Laporta is available. We're taking Sam Laporta. Oh, this guy's got 3 tight ends. We're taking Sam Laporta unstacked. This fucking guy, yeah. What is he doing, bro? If he takes a 4, I'm playing the kids back on the escalator clip again. Okay, Sam Laporta. We'll take Sam Laporta.
Yep.
So stacking is not going to be ideal with this team. I mean, we're not going to have a stack with our quarterback. I mean, I guess we could take George Kittle, but is that something you want to do?
I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I also don't really know what your opinion is on that kind of, or basically on a pick like that.
Since we took Laporta, it wasn't like we took him early, right? He's right in that range where it's like not early, it's right in that middle rounds.
Yeah, middle.
But I think we could take George Kittle. I think we need to take our quarterback. We need to take Tyler Shuck. but I don't want to take Tyler Shuck here. I'll wait one round for Tyler Shuck. We definitely need one stack. Daniel Jones needs to be taken, and I'm not going to reach for Tyler Shuck when we took Brock Purdy.
Yep.
So there's no one I like here. Let's take George Kittle.
Yeah, I'm
just
not
to have a
wide
Brock
receiver
Purdy stack.
here.
I mean, and then you know what? There's
It's
a lot of
something.
positive stuff about George Kittle as well. And my boy Nick, who is the closest to the Niners that I know, he said there's a chance he comes back in the first couple weeks of the season, which is not baked into his ADP
Really?
at all.
Yeah, that would
Yep.
not be. Oh, I didn't
And
even
then
know that.
we'll
I thought it was
polish this
still
bitch
a
off
later-
with the last round tight end or maybe Mason Taylor, but we're not taking another tight end until the last round. And you know what? Maybe we could take Jake Tunges or something.
Yeah, yep. That sounds perfect. And we don't even have to worry, as you said, about a Mason Taylor snipe because we already have our guys there.
Dude, I like this team, bro. I really like this team. Like, you know, we took the early-ish quarterback, 2 tight ends. We're sitting there with JT, Hampton, and Judkins, Olave, Flowers, Alec Pierce, and DK Metcalf. This is going to allow us to probably have an 8-receiver build.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, 5 running backs. I think 5 running backs is all we need. I might want to take a running back here in the next pick. And if Tyler Shuck's available, he is not available, so we're not taking Tyler Shuck.
Yep.
Where's Daniel Jones? We don't have to reach on him. Aaron Jones grows. We're just gonna wait. Let's take Jalen McMillan looks a little sexy. What do you think about him? Omar Cooper. We can go with a rookie, Khalil Shakir. I think Khalil Shakir actually. I'm just gonna rank it as is, and then we could figure it out later. Any of these 3 guys.
Shakir there. I know they got DJ Moore, but I think that also might open up a little bit more for Shakir. So
he's tied to Josh Allen. Like, he's a floor play, which isn't what you really want in best ball. But like at this late, I feel like I can't believe his ADP is wide receiver 55 for Khalil Shakir. What are we talking about, man? Like, how is that? Why don't we have more Khalil Shakir in our life?
I don't know. Actually,
don't worry, this guy's gonna take another tight end. He took Sam Darnold. Let's take Shakir. This is lovely, dude. This is lovely. After the show, guys, we'll do after the draft. We'll do draft grades. It's Jake, it's me, it's Mouth. Our 3 teams, and then that's probably gonna be it. We definitely did not meet the goal. We had 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. I'll put this up here.
I'm trying to find something real quick here.
What are you trying to find? Your dong? It's pretty small, I know. I zinged you, bro.
His past 2 years, his past 2 years, what do you think the worst Shakir has, or like, you know, positional wise, or like wide receiver rank? Where's he ranked? 38 is the worst that he's 38 and a half PPR both years. He's going wide receiver 55 just because of that DJ Moore news.
Damn, I think we have to take Daniel Jones here. We have to.
Yeah.
And then we were going to take a really late quarterback, right? We'll take a Shedeur Sanders or something. I mean, we're kind of in no man's land. I guess if coming back, if we can get Cam Ward, Bryce Young, either of those 2 guys will fucking pop it. But I have Mike Washington queued. I think I want to do Zach Charbonnet might be tasty with this build because we have 3 studs.
Yeah.
We're looking at end of the season stuff. And then we have 5 receivers. We're good at tight end. So, all right. Did this guy take another tight end? I think he did.
He did.
This guy took Mark Andrews. He has 4 tight ends. Let's look at his team. It is Ice Dragon.
I mean, he's basically just trying to ruin everyone else's tight ends, I guess.
There he is. That kid is back on the escalator again.
That kid is back on the escalator again. Remarkable. That's criminal. That kid is back on the escalator again.
Leave it alone.
What?
4 tight ends, bro. What are we talking about here? What are you doing?
It's a waste
I'm
of
fine
money.
with 4 tight ends build like at the end of the fucking draft. And there goes everyone we had in our queue. So they're all gone.
Yeah, the key got sniped.
We could reach on Calvin Ridley, who I love. We could take another running back. Tyrone Tracy. What do you think, man?
I mean, we did just go a risky IU. Do you want to do that again?
Let's do it again. With Shakir, I think that pairs pretty well. As much as I hate Brandon Ayuk. Let's do that.
Yeah, I mean, we got the floor play. Let's go for the ceiling.
Beautiful, beautiful. So let's take a gander at the team here. Brock Purdy, Daniel Jones, Jonathan Taylor, Marion Hampton, Quinshon Judkins, Chris Olave, Zay Flowers, Alec Pierce, DK Metcalf, Khalil Shakir, and Brandon Ayuk, and Sam Laporta and George Kittle. So our weakest spot's probably quarterback, but there's really not much we can do about it right now. I don't want to reach on a guy.
I mean, I love having
Smith maybe. But
I love having that Jones JT stack. I know it might seem counterintuitive, but and Pierce. Oh, I totally forgot we had Pierce. Wow, I love having that stack. I think that offense could get. I mean, that offense was humming those first however many weeks until he got injured.
There goes Woody Marks. Why do you have 6 running backs? Damn it. Calvin Ridley. We're doing it. I'm doing it. I don't care.
Yep.
Taking Calvin Ridley.
Yep.
7 receivers. So now we're pretty good at receiver. Maybe one more.
Yeah, I was gonna say we
got to make up running back. We have 3 studs, man.
And we do have 3 studs, but still we need.
I think Dylan Sampson is a guy. Emmanuel Wilson, Dylan Sampson. Wouldn't hate Pacheco. We need one of those dudes.
Would you base your Sampson decision off of the fact that we already have Judkins, or how would that fare?
Oh fuck! I didn't realize we had Judkins. Thank you. I'm drunk, so. MVP, good call. Simple jack actions in this draft. 4 tight ends, like that is just.
Yeah, I don't know what's
that early is just. It's
Simple
unreal.
Jack, the story of a mentally impaired farmhand who can talk to animals, was a box office disaster that many critics called one of the worst movies of all time.
Got a good brain.
I think you've got a fine brain, Jack.
You make me happy.
But now the question is, can speed...
We could take one more receiver and be done with receiver. Since it really dries up after this, and then we'll just hammer running back later. So if either of these guys are available, I have 3 guys here that I love.
So you got Trey Harris down there. I like Trey Harris if you want him.
I like Booty the most, even though the trade rumors, I know like if AJ Brown goes there, but he's not there yet. As much as I've been drafting Devontae Smith with that angle, if for some reason AJ Brown does not get traded, Keyshawn Booty is the greatest value right now ever. Right? Like pick 180.
And you'd be a top 2 receiver on that offense. So
let's take Booty. And if he gets it, if he's traded, it's not a bad thing either. I mean, he's gonna go to the Eagles and be the number 2.
Yeah.
So receiver room is officially done. The running back room officially sucks. Good thing we went 3. Good thing we did 3 out of our first 4 picks running backs. That's called good roster construction, though.
Yep.
Yeah, you make strengths there. There goes Trey Harris. Tyreek Hill. So, yeah, we're done at receiver. I love our receiver room. We need a running back. Once Mouth picks. Mouth's not even watching. I don't have to worry about him. Tank Bigsby. What about Tank Bigsby, dude? I think that's a fucking solid. We're looking for upside. We're not looking for a floor play. We have our floor. Our running backs are going to get less than like 10 points, when they're healthy. So we'll take Tank. That gives us, some possible weekly upside if Saquon gets dinged up or in blowout situations, which there might be a lot of. And Mason Taylor was already taken, and that was taken by, what do you know? Jake takes Mason Taylor and Trey Harris and Woody Marks. Guys, I love Mason Taylor, though. No. And now we needed a running back, but I don't like it. It's like my one rule of Fight Club is don't take Mason Taylor. That's just the one rule. God damn it.
Well, when you gas him up as much as you do, I think some of the people that watch the show are definitely going to be more inclined to taking him.
I mean, he's a god and just watches LSU tape. And he's also the only guy the only show in town at tight end there in New York.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, or at least for that quick kind of little dump off. I mean, who else? Who else is that going to go to?
That's all I care about, bro. And touchdowns.
Yep.
Also, Mason Taylor. Remember that awesome touchdown catch he had from Breece Hall? That throw, which pissed me off as a Justin Fields owner. That shootout game.
That was actually awesome as a Breece Hall owner watching him throw that because he got 6 point, 6 point passing touchdown in my league, and I was like, oh, that's fine. It's the same as him getting a rushing touchdown.
We have a tough decision: Jordan James or Kamani Vidal, because we have Brock Purdy. So one of these two, maybe one of them will get taken, but if not,
we'll see.
What do you think?
Don't we have Hampton though too?
We do have Hampton, so let's take Jordan James.
Yep.
Maybe the Niners take a guy. Right now, he's a number 2. I mean, we're just taking essentially like high up.
He's injury prone, so I mean, I know last year he wasn't hurt, and I really don't. I hope he doesn't get hurt this upcoming year, but it is something that needs to be considered.
It's fine, Jake. You're literally killing me here. You're not giving me anything. I'm just losing out on everything. You're taking my guys. You're not joining the community. I don't get super chats. You're just taking away everything from me. Like, you can fuck my wife too. She's cute. You see a picture up there. She's very cute, and I will set that liaison up if you're interested. We're up. We need a Ray Davis. We're gonna keep on going upside.
Ray Davis, Kentucky.
We got 3 of, in my mind. I mean, Jordan James. I more took because of the Brock Purdy thing.
All right, we're done with running backs.
We have 2 picks left. It's gonna be a tight end and a quarterback, and it's gross. It's really gross.
Yeah, that's gross.
And then now he gets a slight jab. I've seen her. Don't worry. And he gives me a face. Where do you live? Where do you live, Jake? Are you local? Because I'll set that up. We're not driving. You got to drive to us or fly to us, wherever the fuck. Jake Tunges is available, man. That would be
if he falls. I wouldn't mind that. That would be the most optimal pick. Yep.
Yeah, maybe we shouldn't take Ray Davis, but I love Ray Davis. So
I love Ray Davis too. Let's see. Hopefully nobody in here snipes us.
Well, no one in here is between us and our pick, so I think we're okay. Yeah, the Mouth and Jake are on the other side of the board.
Oh, we're chilling then.
We're on this side of the board, so everything to the left.
As long as that 4 tight end guy doesn't take a.
Oh yeah, no, he might want to take a 5th tight end because it makes
you never know. I mean, he already dabbled 4 times. He might dabble for a 5th.
It's this team right here, the Mark Andrews team. So as long as this team doesn't take him, who has likely, oh damn, he only has 2 tight ends. That's not good.
Ooh.
He's probably going to take him. If he goes, who are we looking at here? Kobe Parkinson. That's probably the only other option.
Yeah.
Hey, we're gonna get Tunges. Let's go, dude. Let's go.
Whoa, don't be counting the chicken.
Dude, he ain't taking 5, bro. I will fucking break my laptop if he takes 5. There's just no way. Why? Look at this team. He has 4 running backs. They're actually decent running backs.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
He took Trey Benson. We're taking Tunges.
Tunges, yeah.
I like this build, bro. I do. Like, we have the security there with Kittle and Tunges. With Laporta, receivers are pretty good. I mean, the running backs ain't great. The quarterback's the issue. So our last
quarterback again will be probably our weakest link. But
really wanted Shador, but lo and behold, Jake grabs Shador. Dude's fucking savvy, bro, and he grabs Deshaun Watson. So he's just very savvy. He needed it though. He had Mendoza, Shador, and Deshaun. He had only Joe Burrow essentially and Mendoza. So let's take Ty Simpson. Take Ty Simpson.
Sure, take a flyer. Yeah.
That's fine. We'll take a flyer. Late season production.
Yeah, we got 2. Maybe. Yeah. Potentially.
I don't love it.
A team could trade up.
I would rather have Shador than Ty Simpson, but I think I'd rather have Ty Simpson than Deshaun Watson.
Yeah. Yeah, that actually makes a lot of sense. Or at least the way you're putting it, that makes a lot of sense.
No, Deshaun Watson, if he gets the starting job, I prefer over Shador Sanders, like in terms of fantasy output. Like he's just Shedeur Sanders sucks, but like if he's a starting quarterback, he's a starting quarterback. He's gonna have some games of 20 points. It's gonna have to happen. All right. We'll do draft grades after this, and then we're signing off. Guys, tomorrow, NFL draft. Me and Mike Storey are going to be logging in maybe towards like the 25th pick. So I'll put, if you're in the Discord, if you're not in the Discord, what are you waiting for? Get in there. We're going to be posting the time there, but we're going to come on live towards the end of the first round and do a couple hours after the draft, answering all your questions. You know what we do around here. And then the schedule for the rest will be up in the Discord. We'll have Friday after the draft, maybe do the whole third round live, and then after the draft, Saturday is a long day. It's like 10 a.m. start. We'll do something midday during like round 5, and then I'll be on late at nights recapping the entire NFL draft. You're gonna get all the coverage you need here with multiple different guests, Storey, and we'll figure out the rest later. So let's go draft grades here, and let's start at the bottom in terms of draft order. We'll start with Jake's team. Still getting Jake's team. You know what? I'm gonna go to Mouse team. This is for the community. I'm sorry, Jake. For community members only, I'll give draft grades. I gotta give some people. I gotta give my guys benefits for supporting the channel. You know what I mean? I have to. Jared Goff. Chaz over here is snickering. Mount says Jared Goff. Well, I gotta put my foot down a little bit, man. I offer a lot here. I'm the most content of any show ever. Pretty much. Period. I mean, it's 2 hours a night every single night. Mount, Jared Goff, Jordan Love, Geno Smith. Okay. All right. Not sexy.
I like it.
A-Chain, Kyron Williams, Javonte Williams, DeAndre Swift, Tyler Algier, and Tyrone Tracy. That is a pretty well-rounded running back room.
Very, very deep there.
Pretty high value in all these picks, but he loves Javonte Williams. I loved him last year. I haven't really taken a lot of Javonte Williams. What are your thoughts on Javonte this year at that cost, at the early 4th?
Early 4th. Ooh. I actually don't mind it. I don't mind it. I thought he was great last year, and I think he can kind of recoup that. They're not going to change the offense that much. And as you said earlier, I think they're going to try and make sure they can get upgrades on that defensive side.
St. Brown, Watson, Michael Wilson, McMillan, Wicks, Surratt, Knoll, and Tez Johnson. That's a deep shot. He has Kenyon Sadiq, Stowers, Pat Freiermuth at tight end. So tight end room is 2 rookies and Freiermuth. Can go either way. Wide receivers are pretty weak, though. Michael Wilson is a 3, McMillan is a 4. As much as I love those 2 players, Wicks, Surratt, Knoll, Tez Johnson, but he's probably stacked, I'm guessing. Jared Goff with St. Brown. You got Jordan Love with Christian Watson, and you have Geno Smith with I don't think it really matters. Sorry. Wide receiver room's a little less than desirable. What do you think about this team, Chaz? The running back room's great.
Running back room is definitely the highlight of this team. I'm going to go B-. I'm just not a huge fan of that wide receiver and tight end room. And then also your QB room is it's not where I would think it would be, considering the wide receiver room and the tight end room that you have.
I'm thinking about it, and the fact that he has DeAndre Swift as his 4, though, like he is always having a running back in his flex, which is what we want at Underdog. It's half PPR. So you just need to make, St. Brown is going to be in your lineup every week, and then you have Christian Watson, boomer bust, but some floor. And then it comes down to Michael Wilson, Jalen McMillan. The problem is Wicks and Surratt, depending on landing spot, and Knoll, like that third receiver spot is going to be an issue, but you do have 8 of them, so I do love the build here. I probably would have wished you didn't take Tyrone Tracy with this build, right? And you just took a wide receiver there at, it would be pick 154. Like, give me a wide receiver there. That's around the range of, let's take a little look here.
Right, so I was going to say, you can go look and see who was taken around there, or taken after.
You could have had Calvin Ridley. If you had Calvin Ridley on this team instead of Tyrone Tracy, right? If you just think about it, like you don't need Tyrone Tracy. You have 5. Algier's a great 5. Swift's a great 4. Swift's a good 3. Algier's a good fucking 4. And then you have Calvin Ridley as your 5. That's the thing. So I'm nitpicking here because obviously I hold Mal to a pretty high regard. He knows his shit. So I'm gonna go B- as well. But I like what he did there. Their stacks. The running back room's great. The tight end room has some immense upside. Like Sadiq or Stowers, like one of those two is going to hit. And then Firemuse has said Yeti. So I like all those things. It's just the gap there from McMillan to Wicks. Like I just want a fifth guy. If you had Calvin Ridley, if you had one of these guys, that would have made it a B+ or an A-, honestly. Just having one more body to throw their wide receiver. So I'll give it B- or B. Well, yeah, you can't get Mason Taylor mouth because you're drafting in a Fanatics league and everyone takes Mason Taylor because he's the best. So yeah, B- to B. It would be a B+ or an A- if you had just taken Calvin Ridley or someone else over Tyron Tracy. I feel like that was just you didn't need 6 running backs in this team because if you had not taken DeAndre Swift, then yes, Tracy makes sense. But DeAndre Swift is your 4. That's just stacked shit. It's awesome.
Yep.
All right, let's go to our squad. Have them grade it. So I'll have you grade it and them grade it. So quarterbacks are rough. Brock Purdy, Daniel Jones, Ty Simpson. Running backs, Jonathan Taylor, Marion Hampton, Quinshon Judkins, Tank Bigsby, Jordan James, and Ray Davis. So we don't really have anything outside of our top 3 that we can rely on to get points, but we don't really need them because we have our 3. I do like the wide receiver room, though. Olave, Flowers, Pierce, Metcalf, Shakir, Ayuk, Ridley, and Booty. Booty's our 8, bro.
I think that's deep.
That's getting work. That's getting work done, dude.
I would much rather have that than the previous team only having 3 running backs and then going that deep at wide receiver, just so that we can fully start 4 wide receivers no matter what every week.
Yeah, and ideally, what we drafted, though, Quinshon Judkins should be our flex. I mean, with 56.
Should be.
He should be. Because we took him ahead of our 3rd receiver. And then Sam Laporta, George Kittle, and Jake Tunges. So we have the double stack with Brock Purdy with Kittle and Tunges. We have Alec Pierce, Jonathan Taylor, and Daniel Jones stacked up. The quarterbacks are weak, but I truly believe in Brock Purdy for MVP considerations. 20-1 right now, guys. Hit that up now. Daniel Jones is this is tied to the Colts, unfortunately, which I'm not a big fan of. But it's mostly because I think our defense is really bad. And I feel like if Daniel Jones can just weather the first 3 or 4 weeks coming off that Achilles, yeah. So, yeah, essentially we do have a 2 tight end team, but we're going to have Laporta or Kittle or Tunges. You know what? Tunges might pop up when Kittle's healthy and catch a touchdown. So I do really like this team, man. Again, 4 through 6 running backs, our 4 through 6 are weak as fuck. But I feel like they all have pretty decent upside.
Yeah, they do. They all have chances to get into a role that can really boost their value, is what I would say.
I wish we had a guy like Kenneth Gainwell. I know we didn't have that, that would have been pick 115.
We didn't have it.
So we wouldn't have had, even if it was the Khalil Shakir pick, he wouldn't have fell there. Yeah. Or if we take him over George, it would have been the George Kittle pick. That would have been the pick. So George Kittle, if we had taken him, let me go back. That would have made the whole team give us more security at running back. But I feel like we put a lot of stock at our running back. So like, what's really the point of taking a 4 at the 9th, 10th round? So our build is an A+. I feel like we hit the mark with Bill, which is the big part of best ball. Mout says, "Oh, Jake's joining. If you join before the stream's over, you're gonna get a beer chug and a shot out of me, Jake. Just check out the tiers, man, and whatever you want. If you want to play in Dynasty, obviously that has to be the last tier, like the biggest tier. But you'll get a beer shot and a chug. And you know what? I trust his word. I'm gonna do it anyway on stream because I like doing that kind of thing. But I'm just trying to think where I want to view this like I did with Mouse team, and view it at the lens of what we could have done wrong. I'm gonna go through Jake's team here on the right here. And we'll see. So we have A- from Mouth. Mouse says A-. What do you think, Chaz? You think that's a fair grade? I mean, I do. Like we hit the mark with all of the thought process with the positions. Like there's no real weak position besides tight end, but we have Tunges and Kittle. The quarterback's the weak spot. That's the weak spot. We're tied to Brock Purdy. We're tied to Daniel Jones. So if the players fail, but like not counting the quarterbacks, like those quarterbacks will fail too. We're fucked anyway.
Yeah, but I'm pretty high on both of those offenses, though. Honestly, the Niners and the Colts. I like Mouth's rating here. I mean,
Sunset says
back to
B+, B+ from Jake. So we got some ringing endorsements. Let's go to Jake's team. Now, as weird as the quarterback room looks, you're essentially getting the starting quarterback in Cleveland for whatever that's worth, and you're going to have Mendoza for the second half of the season. So you're going to be able to weather the storm until Mendoza starts. I think he's starting day one, but who knows with the fucking Raiders.
He should be.
But
yeah, you know,
Mendoza's value now, because Mendoza was going 135 to 145 before the Kirk Cousins signing, which doesn't scare me at all. And this is best ball. This is a tournament. We're looking for the back end of the season. Joe Burrow, Mendoza, Short Sanders, Deshaun Watson. Really early on Joe Burrow, but he has T. Higgins, I believe. So that's why he did that. So we'll see how the team came around him. Man, I love this team just because he has Blake Corum and Kenneth Gainwell. Those are two of my favorite mid-round running backs. James Cook, Kenneth Walker, Blake Corum, Kenneth Gainwell, Jonathan Brooks, and Woody Marks. Like I love Woody Marks in this format as a handcuff, as a guy that's going to get some run. Jonathan Brooks is upside, not even handcuff. I think 1B to possibly 1B to Chuba Hubbard, and Kenneth Gainwell is a 4. So the running back room's good. This wide receiver room has to be trash, right? Like it should with what I see, but we'll see.
It should be, but
it's not. T. Higgins, Brian Thomas, Marvin Harrison, Chris Godwin, Josh Downs, Trey Harris, and Devon Vele. So I love Trey Harris. Big fan of Josh Downs. A little early on Chris Godwin, but you needed some security when you took Brian Thomas and Marvin Harrison. One of those two guys is popping off. Like we just know what's happening. So you're gonna have a for sure 2. It is a little risky with T. Higgins, Brian Thomas, and Marvin Harrison because T. Higgins is a 1. It's the hell stuff. It's not anything with like production.
Yeah.
But Godwin and Downs are such a nice pairing with those 3 riskier. I would say riskier just based on injuries and like kind of performance stuff with the other guys. What's his tight end room look like? He has 3 of them: Kincaid, Mason Taylor, and Terrence Ferguson. I like it. So the stacks. Let's go stack wise. He's not going to have a lot of stacks outside of the one main stack, but I'm not really a Kincaid guy just because all the knee injuries and it just looks really, I don't know, questionable that he's just always. They're saying essentially he's got like a degenerative issue. It seems like similar to like a Todd Gurley thing. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that. But he performs. Even last year, he's played the last 2 years with that MCL injury. He's performed. It might be a PCL. One of the L's. Mason Taylor, love it. And then Terrence Ferguson is another one of guys I love. Like he's going to get more snaps. He is the downfield threat of that tight end room.
I'm honestly I'm honestly kind of liking this draft more than ours.
I mean, dude, even Mouth's team was really good. We were nitpicking the one, like we wanted to switch one pick of his. So we gave him, I say a solid B for Mouth. And also, we got some really good value because that guy took 4 or 5 tight ends. Like that helped us. And Josh Allen went number 3 overall. So like things like that helped all of our teams because we don't make mistakes on this channel, including all the viewers. So this is an A, bro. Like I'm trying to think like the quarterbacks suck, but Joe Burrow is a fucking he's going to be there almost every week. And you have 4, right? You have Mendoza, and then you have your option. And if one of them guys gets benched, it's not great. It's better than our quarterback room. And Corum and Gainwell. I mean, we were talking about we wanted Gainwell as that perfect 4, and we just love Corum, and he has the perfect build of running back. And the wide receivers are like I almost wish on this team, I would say, but I love Woody Marks, so I don't think you could have gone 5 running backs on this team. I think you needed 6. So what screwed you is taking both Browns guys. That's what takes it away from an A+ for me. If you could have just said, fuck it, I'm rolling with Shedeur Sanders, right? I'm just going to go all in to win it all. And then you take another wide receiver, right, to have 8. I feel like this does need 8. But you kind of insulated yourself there at quarterback, but I feel like you took Joe Burrow so early, you should just roll with Joe Burrow, right? Like that's the play.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
Mouth is at $88 on his original underdog 50, and he's been drafting with me for the last month. He's actually $38 over the 50, and I think he's done probably $100 in best ball. He's done probably as much as I have.
He's getting free drafts.
He just hit $79.50 on NBA Fantasy tonight. Yeah, and you know what? The nice thing is you're not going to get that money right away, but you will be cashing. And the thing is, these tournaments don't pay out. They pay out a lot sometimes, but also they don't pay out much at all if you don't win. But you're still probably, if you have $100 and you do terrible, you'll probably still get $40 back from that. Like worst case, from the $100 you put in already, like 40 would be bad. That means you're missing the playoffs in a lot of these leagues.
Yep.
All right. I don't want to chug this. This is a Coors Banquet. I don't chug banquets, so I'm going to chug a Busch Light. I got to go grab it because Jake is, any patron. He didn't do it yet, or I didn't get it yet, the notification. Maybe he did. But I'm going to do it anyway, and then I'm going to get Chaz out of here, and we're going to be out of here. So I'm going to play a clip while I grab a beer, and we'll get some final words. Chaz, we had some pretty good drafts tonight, man. Pretty good drafts.
Two very good drafts, I'd say.
All right, give me 1 second.
Good, tell me everything.
Okay, they were both here. They were both inside me. Eduardo was in my mouth and Luther was in my butt.
Oh my God, no, don't tell me everything. What? No, what?
Damn it,
Bonnie. Eduardo who?
Sanchez.
Holy shit, tell us more.
Then Luther went in Eduardo's butt for a while.
Tell us less. Tell us less.
Then they both completed on each other. I was left out of the finale.
All right, everyone give Colby, that is Jake. I don't know why it says Colby. Is that you, Jake? Colby Price? Is that your name?
Whoa, Rob. Rob's out there name dropping.
Yeah. Oh, whatever. What, you can't give someone's name? Everyone knows everything about me. Give him a round of applause. He's now a professional. He gets to play some redraft leagues with us in the incoming year in August. So I'm going to do a chug here. Let me pour up a shot as well. And then probably going to go puke after this. I've had a lot of beers. I'm just kidding, bro. Chaz, I'm a tank.
Rob, if there is someone that's a tank, it would be you, Rob.
I am a tank. Thanks, man. All right. Here we go. Cheers. Cheers. This is to Jake or Colby or whatever you're calling yourself these days. You know what? You can identify as anyone. All right. Boom.
Yeah, boy, Rob.
That's how we do it.
I mean, you did that
in
a lot faster time than I would even do half of mine.
No worries, Jake. I'm gonna put you on Colby under the Patreon graphic. I'm just kidding. You're gonna be known as Jake. But also, real quick, while we're speaking of that, I do appreciate that. Shout out to all of the dudes in the Patreon, keeping the lights on here. I'm going all in on the show, man. All in on this show. Chaz, as you know, a lot of sacrifice. This time of year, it's definitely very, very rough. Because I was talking a story about this. Like the target demo, most guys that play fantasy football, like I think 5% of people are really paying attention hardcore into, watching something like this. Not even every night, but just watching football content, consuming football content. Even in the NFL draft stuff, they just watch the draft, right? Like, so it is rough. There's not a lot of people watching, not a lot of money coming in. I have a wife, I have a life. We're all gearing towards next year, though, because we kicked ass last year. We're going to kick ass again next year. And a lot of perks as well for joining. There you go. Also, Colby, you're in the $10 tier now, so you get access to the bets. If you have sports betting where you're at 96-58 last year on player props, even odds bets, Chaz. You saw them, you bet them. You didn't bet enough of them, though. You missed on some of them.
I did miss out, actually. I did, because I was being an idiot.
Well, I think next year you're going to probably just bet them all blindly, right? Because the 4-year numbers speak for themselves. These are all documented in the Discord. And Jake, I'm going to be sending you an email here once I log off to get in the Discord. Just be a little patient with me. Give me a couple minutes. I'll do that. We're also going to have mouse game picks. And Mike Storey is our college football expert, as well as, our NFL guy. But he's a big college football guy. So we're going to get his college plays, which he's about 60% on those as well. So you have a lot of options for some reason. There we go. So a lot of different options as well as all my bets. So Chaz, we're going to make a lot of money again, also with fantasy stuff. I have so many guys I love this year. I can't wait for the draft tomorrow night, guys. We're less than 24 hours away. I'm super excited, and I'll be texting you during the draft. I'm sure you're going to be texting me when the Bears pick.
Probably if there's any fantasy surprise picks or just teams that we did not think would take players, that would definitely warrant a text like that.
Yeah, if they take day 2, if they take Chris Brazzell in the second round, I'm gonna fucking lose whatever hair I have left and just freak out. I want them to take Skylar Bell, Mr. Skylar Bell, in round 4. Now instead of tearing my hair out, I'll jerk off on screen for y'all. Why is this screen like this? My bad. Hold on. I'm having issues. I'll get some full screen action. Chaz is off the screen. Hold on. There, it's just me. Sorry. I told you, man. I took the shot. I grilled some food. I got a new patio set out there. I tore down my tiki bar. By the way, Chaz, I tell you, I got a hole in one the other day.
Really? Where at?
Another one. Shitter course in DeKalb. I don't care. It's a hole in one.
Another
bro.
one though. How many is it? How many is the total at now?
4.
5? 4? Oh,
4. Yeah. Yep.
I
It was a shorty,
can't
bro.
do
It's a 120-yard hole. It's the shortest par 3. They do have some that are 230, but why I'm fine with it though is because I have a hole in one at 120 yards. I have one that's 150. I have one that's 200. I have one that's 265 on a par 4. So it's not like I just get them on the shorties. Hole in one's a hole in one, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm still baffled by that hole 11 at ECC. A hole in one there is, I don't know how the hell that happened. I mean, then again, I do know it's possible. I did put it only one time though to 10 feet off the tee on there, but the hole in one is just nuts.
Well, I've only eagled that hole twice, so that's a double eagle, and I only have 2 other eagles, and I've played that hole so many times. So, like, to do the math, like, you think you should have 10 eagles before you get a hole in one on a par 4. But funniest part about that is I was playing Xbox with my buddies. I play a couple days a week with like a specific group within a group that I just play with now because I'm focused on the show. And it was like 2 o'clock. She's like, let's go golfing. She just likes to ride along and watch and listen to music. I'm like, no, I don't want to. And she like gave me this whole thing. She's like, you never want to do anything, all this shit, fucking women thing. She's like begging me to go play golf, which is hilarious, right? And so I do it. And then I'm stuck behind 4 like 70-year-old men, and I'm playing 2 balls, two balls all the way through. That's the only way to even make it somewhat. You know how fast I can play, but I can play a round of golf in an hour and 20 minutes. And I'm like waiting. There's a group of 3 guys like right around my age behind me. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna pair up with them, and it's gonna be a little more evenly paced out. I'm like, I'm still gonna play my 2 balls. I told the guys they're all scrubs. Like one second hole. I joined them on the 6th hole. And I think I go birdie par. It's a par 5. And then the next hole is a par 3, and I get a hole in one. And like, these guys are just all new to golf, and they're just like, what the fuck? And like, Erica didn't even see it. She was fucking like changing the song or something.
And you're just going nuts in the tee box.
No, dude. At this point, I'm like, it is what it is. I mean, we had 4, Chaz. It's cool, but like, it's also a short hole. But it's also just that's a shock. It's not like it's just very shocking. Like a 300 is different in bowling. It's a lot of buildup, everyone's watching. Like I do have 3 of those as well. Very, very, it's a buildup, right? Like it's a bigger explosion. Like a hole in one, just like what the fuck just happened? Like you just hit a ball in the hole from even 100+ yards. Like it's insane. Very rare.
Yeah. I mean, when I had mine at 145 yards, it was like there's so many times where you just see the ball and it's like okay, like it has a possibility of going in. It looks like it's tracking, and then it misses. It always misses. And then that one time it does drop, it's like, like what just happened,
Yeah, I mean, even chip-ins, like how many are like lip out, Mal says, and you and Ray better credit me on calling Chris Brazzell to the Bears. No, I'm not going to credit you because I don't want it to happen. And I get you. I understand your point, but like in round 2, no. Bears should not be drafting a wide receiver in round 2, Chaz.
Definitely not. We have more than enough offensive weapons. And diverse offensive weapons, like guys that can do many different things. So we should not be doing that at all.
Short hole, that's what I call my wife. Short hole. Yeah, see, it's kind of embarrassing. This is my first one. To say it was 120 yards is like embarrassing, right? But to say I had one on a par 4 and then a 200-yard, my 200-yard one was with a 3-wood because it was right into the wind in November. It was like playing probably 240. I hit like a flipper. It was on number 4. I hit like a flipper 3-wood.
1-4?
Because dude, like in November, that hole, like into the wind, we're talking 30-mile-an-hour winds. It's gonna play sometimes 230.
Yeah, I mean it's even tough over the summer when you're going straight into the wind on there, and you got to pull a hybrid.
Yeah,
sometimes.
Yeah, like 5-iron gets you to the little landing area short. It doesn't get you on the green. Even I hit my 5-iron 215. Like it's not gonna get there. So, yeah, man. So anyway, it's just something, just another thing. I haven't been playing a lot of golf since they left Elgin, so I played 7 or 8 rounds this year already, which is a lot because we've had some pretty nice weather. But last year I played 16 rounds because my hand injury and then just being poor now and not being able to fucking play free golf at a country club. That I'm used to playing 80 rounds a year for the last fucking 20 years of my life.
Yeah. I was about to say, yeah, you got kind of accustomed to that bunch of 60+ round years, and now it's kind of GT.
It's more special now, though. Now it's more. I just appreciate being out and playing. It always is. GT lip out. That's what I call my ex. That's the last one. And then GT said, "Damn it, 3 Wood is my nickname." Geez, you guys are coming to the puns. You know what? Since we're actually close to this goal and we're logging off, GT gave me that $1 donation. Probably usually he does it just to it's like a beer fundraiser, which is part of the channel too. GT is the man. Appreciate you, GT, a valued Patreon guy. We love you. I'm just gonna chug. I have a half of one here. I'm just gonna chug just for the $1 donation. We're not gonna get to the 5. If we said over 20 minutes, we probably would, but we have a lot of. I've been on here so much this month, and we have a lot of stuff coming up the next 3 days. And I kind of want to go puke.
Oh God.
I'm kidding. I want to go jerk off or do something that I like to do. You know, maybe cuddle with my wife. She would love that. Smelling like booze. All right, great show, Chaz. Great drafts, man. We crushed those drafts. Mouth had a hell of a team. Jake, hell of a team. All I can say is the last underdog draft, the rest of the league's fucked. Like the 2 advancing teams will, I would say, what do you think the odds are that 2 of our 3 teams we drafted, the community members, are going to advance? Like, is it 50% chance that we have 2 of the 3 of us, or 2 of the 3 advance? Is what I'm trying to say.
I'd say it's like a 30%. I honestly like all 3 teams, but it's still very hard. There's a lot of variance that goes on.
What are the odds that 1 of our teams advance? Like, that's like 75%, right? 1 out of 3 teams get in the top 2.
At least 1 of 3 teams get in the top 2. I would say 80. I would say all 3 of our teams are really good.
That's what we do around here, man. We just dominate fantasy, dominate underdog. Again, tune in tomorrow night, guys. We're going to have all of the draft coverage you guys need. Probably hop on towards pick 25-ish towards the end of the draft, and we're going to do a couple hours. And Chaz, maybe you can hop in the chat and discuss some shit with us.
Maybe, yeah. It's going to be busy. It's going to be busy dissecting where everyone goes tomorrow.
Love it, man. Thank you to Jake for joining the Patreon tonight. Glad to have you in the community. Thank you to GT, to Mouth, to all the other members in the chat that donated and just watched the show. We appreciate you. Chaz, thank you for coming on. Love your life. Stay positive and respect each other. We'll see you soon.
You seem like a good dude. I thought I'd see if you want to grab a beer, that's all. I'm glad you called. We get home safe, Pistol.
You got it, Jobin.
I'm sorry, what? Nothing. Oh, what'd you say?
I don't know. You nicknamed me Pistol, and I just called you Jobin. It means nothing. I'm drunk. I'm gonna call a cab.
All right, man. You have my number, yeah?
I got you stored in my iPhone.
All right.